We can get some,
I got an ad.
How dare
we
you
got
get an
some
ad?
fantasy. We can do some fantasy beats to lo-fi.
Yeah.
We're live.
Hello, everyone!
Hello.
Hello again.
Hello.
Logan.
Ooh.
Big.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh, thank you for the reset.
Big. No problem. Hey, Sprite!
Hey, Sprite!
Alright.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live right
We
now.
are live, King.
Alright, so now this is when I say all the slurs, right?
No.
No.
No, we don't. We don't say slurs. It's your background noise.
I don't control the buses or the cars.
That's the thing, that's right.
It's not my fault. Hey, shut the fuck up!
It's just weird because it'll get
Hey.
loud very suddenly.
Yeah.
That's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
Yeah. It's the snow plows going by just like
To try to keep the roads from becoming a fucking winter wasteland.
Yeah, I fucking wish the plows would come by here, but I
Hate
live
them!
here. But I apparently live in a place where I am the last one to be thought of.
The fuck?
We don't even have plows, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, it just sucks whenever you like look outside. It's like that is like an inch of ice.
Everybody with new dice, go ahead and roll those nat ones out. Let's get some.
Roll them that ones out.
No, man, why
does
did you go quiet?
Oh, I got it! I landed on 11!
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I got a 6.
I got
roll
a
all your bad
rock.
rolls out, lads.
Actually, I got a
You just
13.
picked up a
Not
random
just a rock. That's a boulder.
And then I got an 8.
Not
Is that right?
Well, I got a nat 20, so there goes my luck for the night.
There
And I'm
goes
the
your
DM,
luck for the
so we'll
night.
see how this goes.
I mean, that's either a good omen for you or a bad omen for us.
That's extremely true.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. Rocco had to use the potty.
Rocco's a rock.
No, my favorite fucking thing about that one scene is always like, sorry I'm late. Rocco had to use the potty. What?
What? I fucking love the Rocco bits from.
Thank you, Sprite.
Thank you for the resub. Thank you. Sprite also
Thank
blesses you with the
you.
Turbo 20s. Missile is here. Hello, Missile. I have gotten food liquid. I have not taken any meds. I probably should, but I have not.
Feeling good. My voice is a little shot because of asthma.
Asthma attack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was only 7 degrees this morning, and my lungs are like, nah, bitch. We don't
Sometimes
like
it's
this.
just wild.
Pennsylvania
like-
weather been a mess.
Oh yeah, like we go through all 7 seasons in the course of a week here. It is hilarious.
I woke up and it was 10 degrees and it wasn't great.
Dude, Alabama one time, I woke up to 20-degree weather and it was like 80 by the end of the day. And I was like, okay,
Jesus.
the
I
South
think I
is
only
wild.
got to like 25 today.
It's
Thirsty rats.
it's wild.
I am like gently smacking at
There you
myself to try to keep myself Because I'm not sleepy, but I do have a little bit of the sleepies, and that's because for the Twitch chat, I stayed up till 5:30 in the morning last night.
Which was
Child.
a terrible idea.
I was talking with my friend.
Doesn't matter, kiddo.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
All right, so Logan, how are you doing with your stuff?
Hey.
I'm
there you
just
are.
so I don't know why the reactive images just decided to break, but they did. So half of us have them. Paul and Zero don't.
Hey, indeed.
I'm brown, ain't it?
Well, I mean, but Paul is about the whitest person I've ever met, so I don't know if that's it.
Yeah,
What
this should balance each other out.
about my face? Says I'm white. I don't see it, honestly.
You are so fucking pale.
Hello, cow.
Yeah, you know what? I think
Like a bucket.
Paul's obviously another person of color, can't you tell?
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Isn't it obvious?
Isn't it obvious? Paul could be related to me for all we know. Come on now.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Oh, trust me.
Hi, Care. I don't know why I stalled.
Forgot Kara's name.
No.
I'm putting all
I
my
love you.
D&D dice. I'm putting my D&D dice in a tower.
All of my the ancient ritual. All of my dice are currently with one facing up, so that the luck drains down to the 20s.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
which could be either again
No,
really
no.
good for me or really bad for you.
Hey, go.
You almost knocked over the tower. You can't even see the tower, but it looks really great.
Man, cause like I crave violence.
Father, I crave
Logan,
violence.
Logan, you just let me know when we're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will do a quick little intro. While you actually do that, let's go around the table. Good evening, everyone. I think most of your viewers know me, but just in case you don't, I'm Moss. I'm Logan's partner. I will be your humble dungeon master for this adventure. We are starting with a brand new fucking what the shit is this thing called? Campaign. There we go.
Addenda.
A Campagne, thank you. Called Tenamore Academy.
Thank you for the resub,
as
Missile.
your- Thank you, Missile. As your DM, I will be playing everyone under God's green earth except for 5 individual. And those 5 are, starting with the top, Logan.
Hello, I'm Logan. You know me. I run this channel. This is my channel. I'm going to be playing Zenazura. Zenazura is a half-orc, half-drow forge cleric. She is the crowned princess of the nation-state of... I've forgotten the name.
Hang on. I'll get it for you.
I have forgotten the name. What a
You have
wonderful
forgotten the name.
name.
Good thing I take notes, right?
Yeah. I'm not good with
Usana.
geography.
It's Usana.
Usnana. So I am the crown princess of the nation state of Usnana, which is the more advanced technological wise nation in this world that we are crafting together. Basically we have steam power and we are at the very beginning of our industrial age.
Yeah.
Thank you. And D.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm D. You should know me. I'm here practically every stream.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true. And I am currently playing Jothan Dreth of House Illirin. She is a duchess in training. She is the middle child too, which means she has to marry in or up, you know, depending on who she gets to. And she comes from the kingdom of, do I have it in my
It is
notes?
Assyria.
Etheria. I knew it. I knew it started with an A.
I got you.
The Kingdom of Etheria, which is, basically they are not as technically advanced as the Azuras, but they do have trading with them, and they have trains, which
And
really
you are
helps
a
out.
mountain country.
Mountain country. Yes, we have like
So the
typewriters,
trains help a lot.
powered locomotives. So yeah.
Alright, and next is Calc.
Hello, everyone. I am Calc, or otherwise known as Paul. I will be playing.
Oh.
Your audio
Oh,
cut out,
no.
King.
You will be cutting out on this adventure.
Oh no. My name is Paul. I will be playing Abemosa Kikyo. She is a half elf rogue, basic bitch, half elf, so human, high elf. I know. Burn me at the stake. I'm playing a rogue. The more important part of Kikyo is that she was born deaf and mute, so you will not be hearing a character voice from me this campagne. Her strongest suits are intelligence. She was born as the second child of the military leading guild, so to speak, in the nation of Sasitatsu, which is very imperialistic, very magical, and is inspired, but I did my best not to culturally appropriate, from Japanese culture.
Excelente. And next we have the kid, Zero.
Hey, I'm Zero. You already know me. I hang out with Logan on some of his old streams. Sorry I haven't been there lately. I don't know what's going on. I'm playing Astrafel. I'm an Azamar bard who is not yet a part of, but will be a part of the College of Whispers. I hail from the Kingdom of Selene, mainly a kingdom that praises the star gods, mainly the god of Selene. We are a kingdom that is a little not like hidden. We're nearby the cliffs, a cliff full of water, so we can watch the moon pull in the tide. And we're also nocturnal. We sleep during the day, and then at night we get to witness the beautiful creations that the gods have put above us, such as the stars and the moon. Also, I'm an asshole.
Also, you're an
Yeah.
asshole.
But we already knew that.
Also, Astrophil? More like Astrophil.
Don't you know it?
And last but not least, hailing from the kingdom of Leviana, let's hear it for Indy.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm Indigo. Go by Indy. You guys have probably heard of me by Shiloh. Just testing out some new names. Anyway, I'm gonna be playing Neptune, who is a Triton fighter. She comes from Kingdom of Leviana. She's born to a family of nobles.
Diplomats.
Yep,
Yeah.
diplomats. And she was training to be a diplomat, succeeding her father, but realized that this life wasn't really something that she ever really liked, and kind of ran away. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's just figuring out the world. And
Perfect.
it's a more
okay, you
deep sea kingdom. There's not really any technology because one, it's underwater. Think kind of like underwater, but like make it ancient Rome.
Nice.
Are you sure you guys are not hitting your industrial revolution with all that coal that you burn underwater?
Burning underwater. Calc, I'm about 3 seconds from just not.
We know, like in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
We're underwater.
Logan, how close are you to
How
being
is the
done?
fire?
Well, we're on the screen. I'm just adding in the stats as we do this.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not showing that to me on Twitch, so I'm just gonna believe you. Excellent.
Oh.
All right.
It's showing to me. Twitch is just
Oh, there it
being
is.
weird,
It
I
sure
guess.
is. Hey, I see you've got the aspects working.
Well,
Oh.
oh, they are working. What? I didn't do anything. I didn't touch them.
Well,
You know what?
that's great.
I'm just not gonna fuck with them.
Not fuck with it. Let's do it. All right. I am going to send you guys each a file real quick.
Okay.
Give me one moment, and then you guys can feel free to take time to read over that. I think everyone should have gotten theirs by now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Shall I display it?
Only if you wish. I am going to real quick, if everyone is all right, read my godforsaken opening monologue. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Excellent. Okay.
We're ready.
We begin at the end. On the Isle of Tinamore, nestled in the heart of Mura's largest archipelago, sits the crown jewels of nations and empires alike. Tinamore International Academy sits nestled on a rocky seaside cliff, where students and faculty alike are lulled to sleep every night by the crashing of waves and the cawing of seagulls. The grounds span the entire island, from the dormant volcano tucked in the northern mountains to the warm sand of the sea glass shores. But its location is not what makes this academy so valuable. No, what really matters to this school is what should be most important to all schools, and that's its students. Tinamore Academy is a school exclusively for royalty and nobility. Every year, parents with some sort of title attached to their name find their children's most prestigious achievement and send off their applications in hope that their little bundle of joy will be accepted. Some, to be fair, choose to dig into the royal treasury and in the hopes that this will increase their chances of being accepted. Unfortunately, no school is immune to bureaucracy. Every parent hopes that their child will graduate from Tinamore and become the next King Johann of Calteron, Swift River of Luminaire, and so on, so forth, etc., etc. A people can only be so great as its leader, after all. But we begin at the end, and right now, Tinamore Academy is in flames. The stench of burning hair and flesh is thick in the air. The screams of students and teachers have long quieted into dying whimpers. Fire rages across the thick forest of the Isle as the very oceans boil. A half-orc lay at the entrance to the castle, crushed beneath falling debris. Up the path we follow, moving deeper and deeper into this flaming forest. More evidence of the carnage becoming clearer as we leave the castle behind us. A dragonborn, impaled through the middle by an uprooting sapling. An Azamar, wings plucked from their body and bitten in two, halves discarded. Reaching, hands outstretched towards the upper half of this body, lay the flattened remains of a half-elf. Further still, past the forest and into the mountains, we go, traveling deeper and deeper, all the way to the base of Mount Adair. A triton, mummified and curled, the water literally absorbed from her body, lay at the mouth of this cave, where something unnaturally large has clawed its way free. Thick, deep claw marks mar the otherwise perfect obsidian. The sand smoothed into glass as we travel once again deeper and deeper and deeper into this mountain. The world around us getting darker and darker as we leave the safety of the sunlight. And then, right as it all becomes blackness, there's a glow, pulsing, thrumming. Something in the distance, pulsing like a heartbeat. And then a scream. To call it a scream is more call it a scream is to lessen it. This is a wail, sharp and shrill, keening. A cry that comes deep from a mother's soul, a mother's scream. We begin at the end, but this doesn't have to be your end. As time buckles and bends and twists around this pulsing light, we go back, 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 back. And before any of you can really truly comprehend what you have seen, it's gone. And you wake. And as you all stir and prepare for the day, you realize there isn't much time to dwell on the nightmare already kind of fading from your mind, because classes start in 3 days, and you have all finally arrived at Tinamore Academy.
It's fucking astounding.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So, half orc, Aasimar, Dragonborn, and Triton. Those were the dead bodies shown?
Yeah.
The way I know that I woke up with phantom pain around my wings. Come on now.
Also, I'm gonna show I'm gonna show this very beautiful letter that Moss made.
You each have gotten one
all-
in your DMs.
All
God.
of your races except for mine.
No, you were there. Half Elf was there.
Yeah, Half Elf was there.
Yeah.
The half elf was
did I miss
reaching
it?
towards. The half elf was squished and was reaching towards the body, or the upper half of the Aasimar. The
Aw.
lower half was bitten off and tossed away somewhere.
Aw.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we will do this
Fun.
simply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will roll. Go ahead, please continue, Calc. I'm just rolling real quick.
I was
Actually,
just saying
Calc,
death is fun, is all.
death is fun. And speaking of Calc, let's start with you according to my dice. How it is about early-ish afternoon. How does Kikyo get to the isle? I'm sorry, allow me to explain. You guys are taking a boat, I'm assuming? Nobody here has developed airships except maybe Zenazura. Zenazura could possibly have some form of airship.
How
Yeah,
does
I think we took a boat. We just
Kikyo
took a
start
fancy
her
boat.
day?
What did you say, Cal? So you guys are... Hang on one second. Carrot, please get off my desk. My cat has decided he wants to be part of the show, and then he kicked me in the... So... Now that that's out of the way, we're going to start with Calc. Let me just take a minute here. Kikyo, as we learned earlier, is a half-elf. Kikyo, how did you get into Tinamore? Why did you get into Tinamore Academy?
Gets there, however, is through
Ooh, Calc.
Calc, you're breaking up pretty bad.
get sailed there. Start with someone else. I'll be right
Okay,
back.
sounds good.
I really do apologize.
Yep,
Okay.
you're good. So we will instead start with, we're gonna roll again. 10, Astrophel. Astrophel. It is early afternoon. Your mother and father and your sister have all come on this adventure to drop you off to Tinamore Academy.
Why is Eclipse here?
Your mother, Nova, is currently enjoying her midday tea, excuse me. As your father is reading what would appear to be a scroll, but widthways. So it has been unfurled sideways. As you enter sort of the lodging area of this large ship.
Good morning.
Your mother looks up and says, "Good morning, dear. How are you feeling?"
A little nervous.
Yes, I also was nervous my first semester at Tinamore, but don't worry. I'm sure everything will be fine.
If you say so. I just, haven't been away from home like this.
Of course, there's not a problem. You're going to be fine. You will be around people like yourself. You know, nobility and royalty, and I was sure to talk with the headmaster. They have a couple Azamar as well amongst their group, and they will be more than willing to discuss with you if you have any nerves about your current situation.
I appreciate it, Mother. Really,
Of
I do.
course. Please come, sit down, enjoy your lunch. Eclipse has let us know that the captain said we are docking, and we should be able to head out shortly.
Lovely. And I just sit down right by her. Just kind of eat whatever's in front of me.
It's a collection of kind of brunch, you guys are nocturnal. So this is not the time of day when you would usually be like eating big meals, so it's sort of more of this small collection of hors d'oeuvres. As your mother pours you some tea, allows you to make it however you like. Your father Cosmo finally looks up from his scroll paper, news scroll, whatever you'd like to call it. And is just now, I have already signed you up for classes. You are allowed to take one. What is the word again, Nova? Elective, dear. Right. You are allowed to take one elective during your first year, which I've been told you can sign up for that during orientation. Have you given that any sort of thought?
I haven't. I've been mostly
Not
focused
surprising.
on. I've been mostly focused on getting everything packed for the journey, including everything for pork muffins. A lot of time.
Right, yes, pork muffins. Now, we've been on this ship for about 2 weeks now. You haven't given your studies any sort of thought in those 2 weeks?
Of course, I've thought about them. I just know that I've still got time to think about them.
You have 2 days, and your mother quickly reaches over and gently taps his hand and is like, "They know, darling, they know. Astrophel, we're just nervous. You have a very delicate sort of way of thinking. Very different, and I just worry that, I just want you to be as safe as possible here and not try to steal a boat and sail your way back home." And she gives you this sort of forced smile.
Of course not. Of course not. I would
You're
never
not
think
a
of it.
sailor, dear. You're not a sailor, and though your wings are lovely, and your mother is cut off as your sister walks into the room, and she says, "You cannot lock your wings like an albatross, dear sibling. You cannot sail for days across the sky, sleeping as you fly. What would your plan even be?"
I
Good
don't know,
morning,
but
Mother. Good morning, Father.
I don't know Eclipse, but if I ever did that, I'd love to see how it ends up.
Oh, I can already picture it. The bottom of the ocean. What a shame.
Perhaps will become my
Are
new
you going
friend.
to eat that, by the way?
You can have it. I've lost my appetite.
Thank you. And she reaches over and she takes the biscuit off of your plate and begins to nibble it. You can see that she's very careful with her gloves, her white gloves that she always wears. And she's just gently picking it apart and taking a few bites. So I was thinking, now, if you don't mind, I took the liberty of reading through some of your things that came from Tinamore Academy, and I think it would do you wonders if you took a world religion course, maybe brush up on, your situation. And you see Cosmo go, see, now this, you should take initiative like your sister, Astrophel. What sort of heir is passive? Do you think we avoided wars by waiting for conquest to come to our doors? No, we reached out. We ensured that there would be no violence on our shores.
No. You've taught me this.
And yet you don't listen.
This is a lovely conversation.
Yeah,
I'm going.
you know, Astrophel's right, your mother says. This is the last, we'll have dinner with them, but this is almost the last meal we'll have for almost a year. I think we should try to behave, please, Astrophel. Eclipse. Perhaps we could try to behave. Or else. And you see Cosmo just sort of like sinks behind his paper and he says, yes, ma'am. And Eclipse goes, yes, mother. Before she reaches over and takes the cream from in front of you to make herself her own spot of tea.
I just think what I would do there. Astrophel wants to get up and leave.
I mean, do you leave or do you sit through breakfast? Lunch? Whatever you want to call this meal.
I'll sit through second breakfast. I'll sit through second breakfast.
Excellent. So you guys make it through. It's kind of strained, really tough actually to sit through this. Another fight doesn't really break out, but you can feel the tension as the minutes stretch into hours, or into an hour. And eventually the door opens, the captain comes in and passes on the message that you have docked, and it is time to head inside.
I'm out of my chair in a second.
Oh, you are? Yeah, cool. You're already heading down. Do you grab pork muffins as you go?
Yeah, of course. I pick him up.
Excellent.
And I carry him like a little toddler under my arm.
Excellent. All right. So as you start to head down, the same time your ship pulls in, another vessel arrives, but it doesn't arrive on the surface of the ocean. It arrives from beneath the ocean, slowly lifting, to reach the dock, and a bubble pops. But we're not going to start there. We're going to pull back a couple minutes earlier, to Neptune. Or sorry, I'm so sorry. To the Lady Samira and her father Rimrez, who are sitting at their own lunch table. Your bags have been packed very neatly. They are stacked right in front of the door. And your father is looking at you over his cup of coffee, very sternly, as the captain does the same thing and essentially says, we will be arriving in a few moments. Please finish up eating, and it will be time to depart. Your father takes a sip of his coffee and puts it aside and says, well, Samira, I hope that we can at least say goodbye on a civil tone.
Are you sure about that?
Samira, I am doing what is best for you.
What's best for me? You
Yes.
still believe in that, huh?
Samira, please take a moment to describe yourself. I forgot to do this with Astrophel, and I will allow Astrophel to describe themselves when you two meet. Please describe yourself.
So Samira is she's a fiery kind of hothead. She's very oh shit, I actually don't know how to
She's a trite.
She's
a mer
trite.
person.
She's a Chitin. She like describe her physically or
Yeah, go ahead and describe. I know that it's easier for you physically in the. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me explain. This is Indy and Zero's first D&D session, first D&D campaign ever. So just just to let that go, just to let everybody know that we are doing this campaign to get them into D&D. So let's go. Yeah. So your first session, you will describe them physically and allow the audience and your other players to get to know them emotionally through your actions and such.
So she has
Hey. Got him.
Oh my god! I just got in my own fucking house. Hold on. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Moss fucking did this. Moss fucking hand signal.
For those
Oh
watching
my
the stream and who cannot see the cameras, Moss did the
fucking
thumb to
got him
forefinger.
The downwards OK hand signal. So Neptune is okay. So her name is Samira Yuan. She is born to triplets. She is a part of triplets. Her mother, is
Your mother has passed.
yeah. Things are really rocky with her and her dad because she has previously attempted to run away and has failed. Basically just being forced into this diplomatic role of traveling and surface level kind of interactions, and that's something that Neptune
And surface levels.
True. And that's something that Samira's never really liked. She's not the type to sit there and be pretty and bow to everyone and only really talk if she's spoken to. She doesn't care. She wants people to hear her. She wants to make a change. She just isn't. She's not sure how to go about it, but she wants to go and do it. She's lost, and she wants to experience the world outside of, her kingdom, outside of what her dad has taught her. Did I say taught her? Jesus Christ. So she's got long ass blue fucking hair. She's got like these. Oh god, she's got like these. What is it called? Lionfish kind of ears, where it's just like a lot of.
Oh yeah, the
like
frills. Oh, I love
the
that.
frills
Sexy.
where it's like webs.
Yeah.
She has black eyes, but the irises are blue that glow a little bit, and around her forehead, around her eyebrows, around just like the general like area of her face and body, various parts. If she's in the dark, she is bioluminescent because her kingdom is deep ocean. It's not noticeable if she's in the light, but like I said, when she's in the dark, it's glowing.
It looks kind of like a little bit more like Freckles when she's in the light.
Yeah. She kind of has like this pirate aesthetic going on. She has like this long ass coat. It's got fur around the collar, fur around the sleeves, fur around the bottom, whatever. She's got like the whole shebang, and she carries her main weapon of choice is Galatine, which is a big ass sword. That's it.
Which I will tell you, your father took one look at that and had it put back in storage.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your father, you did really well sneaking it, but about 2 days before you arrived, your father went through your room and found it and put it in storage for you.
Definitely a whole argument on that.
Oh, there was a lot of argument.
Oh yeah.
You guys didn't speak up until probably about this moment.
That's true. Okay.
And your father sorry. Your father just shakes his head and says, "Samira, I am doing what is best for you. You are a lady. You are going to be a diplomat to the other nations of the sea. You will represent our people. You cannot represent our people while wielding a giant sword.
Yes, I can! I could do so
No, you
much
cannot.
if you just let
That is how you
me!
start wars, young lady.
See, this is really the problem is you just don't trust me. That's all. You just don't
I
trust
would
me.
trust you if you would give me a reason to trust you. But
I
running
don't
off,
need a reason!
training in the background. No, I need a reason, Samira. So I've gone through the liberty of arranging all of your classes ahead of time.
What?
And he
You're-
pulls out a schedule and hands it to you and says, "This has my seal on it. You will
There's
take this directly to the headmaster, and you will tell them these are the classes you want to take. There's no argument here."
See, daddy issues really living up to his name.
Ooh.
He has the envelope again with his seal. He offers it to you between two fingers.
I just look at it, and there's this look of just resigned disappointment on her face.
He
She takes it, firmly just yanks it out of his hand.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you! And puts it in one of her coat pockets. But she
He-
resigns to sip her coffee.
He sighs after a moment or two of silence. It's just, "Samira, I know that this isn't what you want, but I hope one day you will understand that this is what you need. And I hope one day we can come to an agreement about that.
I
I
hope one day
won't
we can
see
too.
you for a year. And I know a year is a long time for someone your age. So hopefully, when we see each other again,
Maybe things
this-
will be different.
yes, because I do care about you, Samira. You are my daughter."
Right.
Finish up your breakfast. I will go talk to the captain.
Sounds good. Thanks.
And your father gets up and leaves. And you, after a few minutes, you start to feel sort of the pressure change as you ascend through the depths of the ocean. Which, as you ascend, a few docks over, another boat. One that has been there for about 3 days, actually. And is about mid-unpacking. We move to that. Drell, your mothers are kind of fretting. Your mama, Adira, has spent the past 3 days you have been parked here because you guys got here early. Like, you got here before the castle was even really ready for new students. So you guys have been spending kind of the last 3 days on the boat, kind of going up and down the beach, but not really allowed past that. Due to the gates, the magical gates, essentially, that keep people off and on the island throughout the year. Your mothers, of course, understand this magical sort of seal is a precaution that would keep the heirs of tomorrow from being assassinated, essentially. Because, all it would take is one invading force to wipe out the future of tens, if not 100 countries. You guys have spent the past couple days kind of staying on your boat. Again, boat is a loose term. This is a ship. You guys are like on a ship from a country with money.
It's like a yacht.
And this is like the only ship they need. Like, you are a mountain country. So this is like their one and only ship. So you guys have spent the past couple of days, your mama Adira is like moving around, kind of frantic, like, oh, don't forget those, and you mustn't forget the blankets, and oh, what if she gets cold, or what if she gets too hot? You know, we're not used to these climates. All while your mom, Kava, is sort of just standing there fussing over your youngest sibling and just being like, Adira, darling, please, there's no need to fuss. She's going to be fine. You're going to be fine, aren't you, Drell?
Yes, absolutely.
And please describe your character to us.
So, yay! Alright, so Drell for short. She is a copper dragonborn. And she is very tall, lanky, though. She is like all limb, pretty much. She does have a tail, and
All dragonborns should have tails.
they all should have tails. That is, I don't care what canon says.
Frankly,
they
a
have tails.
fucking crime that the book says that they don't.
I feel like I'm making
crime.
mine.
But yes, she has a tail because I say so. And like she's a little bit awkward. She doesn't know how to like socialize very well. She'll get used to that, hopefully. And she's also kind of shy, but also very sweet, and will probably cry if you yell at her.
If I poured soup into her lap, would she apologize to me?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I kind of want to fight God for her.
Same.
I think he will eventually.
I think I
will.
should.
I think you.
I think I'm gonna do it in a very sexy way with my big ass fucking sword and big muscle.
He's Jelly just
Oh,
here.
Wayne.
Just here. I want to know what love is.
It's like it goes into slow mo. You see Drell like,
Oh,
and that's just like,
Which is really funny because
Yeah.
the more we've
For
talked
those
about,
of you
like,
at home, because we're not streaming video, Indy just got the gayest look on their face while mimicking what Neptune would look like. Just like the, oh god, I've realized I really love women.
right, the open mouth where you're like pressing a temple to your forehead. No,
Yeah.
pressing a finger to your
The
temple.
gay look was very important.
It's
Yeah.
very gay.
These cameras.
Oh god.
So, a copper dragonborn, are you wearing your blue and green dress, my dear?
Yes, absolutely. But
Drell is
very-
a druid.
Yes, druid. I forgot to mention that earlier. Sorry. But yes, she's a druid. And it is a what kind of circle is she again? Land, specifically forests.
Sorry, do you get your circle like first
Yeah.
What level do you? It's
Level?
third level, right?
I don't think you get your circle until third level.
Do you?
Do you?
Hey guys, can I
will look
have
that
a?
up.
Let me have a pause real quick.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was planning.
Sorry, I just watched Moss
Did,
like slam their forehead into their phone.
Did Moss say a
Level
pause,
2.
as in we're pausing, or pause as in cats?
I think they meant we were
Pause.
pausing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my attempt at a pun.
Was it? I couldn't tell.
I will send you to the Shadow Realm.
You've already tried to kill me many times, Paul, and it has never succeeded.
This is good.
mean,
Loading for
Don't count me out. You
Hold
don't
on.
know what encounters I have planned.
I don't. Really don't. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, can everybody DM me your AC and HP, please?
I'll
Hi.
DM you these.
Don't.
Don't.
Don't you dare.
These.
Don't.
But you make it so easy.
Don't you dare.
These nuts.
God fucking damn it!
Thank you! You are my...
Hey, did you guys
Angel.
hear? Steve Jobs died of ligma.
You're Steve Jobs.
Lick my balls.
Can't hit me with that. That's classic, man. Hey, who plays Pokemon here?
I mean, you know me.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the because I was gonna restart.
I just realized how hilarious my AC and HP are.
I thought this was another These Nuts joke. Please continue.
That's not. I was gonna I forgot. I was gonna restart my Brilliant Diamond game.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the fucking 7th name. Like that ice type.
No. No.
Oh!
No.
I knew it! Why did I even bother?
You got me with that one before.
That acting though. Anyway.
I can't even see your facial expressions. Your camera isn't loaded for me for some reason.
It's working for me.
I'm gonna
Not for me. Do I have to leave the
Did my
call? I
Baja
hate
Blast just fucking spill all over the front of my goddamn shirt?
That's kind of like a Baja disaster.
It is a Baja disaster. What the fuck?
My child. Welcome back, child.
Well, BRB, I gotta get a fucking towel now.
you. Okay, Indy's loading for me.
Fucking
There you
Emil
go.
said it blasted. Anyway, BRB.
Nice.
Indy, I'm really sorry, but as you were playing Neptune, the Astrophil in my brain went, "Oh, I'm gonna flirt the fuck out of her."
I think you should.
Which is really
Okay,
funny.
I think it could be fun.
Apologies for that. We got an update from my mom, so I just wanted to make sure. Those of you who don't know, my mom is currently in the hospital with COVID and pneumonia.
What?
Um,
Is she okay?
Yeah, she. They had to put a tube. They went ahead and put her on the vent.
Oh my god.
She has diabetes, so her sugar was up to like 600. But now it's down. It's back down. Yeah, it's fucking outrageous. But they said that the diabetes is more of what's trying to kill her right now than anything else. So they're working on. Yeah, I've had a rough day today.
We know. We love you so
I've
much.
had an awful day today. I've cried like 12 out of the 13 hours I've been awake. But my dad said there's been a little improvement. So
Good.
Well, that's good.
What's
yeah,
what's the AC? Where is that?
It's it says armor and then a number and then class on D&D Beyond.
here, let me grab that for you. Your AC.
It looks
if
like
I
a
remember
shield and
correctly,
it's next to your initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, 14 for AC, and my HP is 11.
Can you DM
Look,
that
you
to me?
should be able to see all of that by going to the D&D campaign yourself.
You know, that is correct.
Yeah?
That is.
You think so?
Wow.
Anyways, where were we? Oh, right, Drell. Yeah, so your mother Adira is fretting, and your other mother, Kava, is again fussing over your youngest sibling.
Aw.
This Kava's just like, tell her you'll be fine. Tell her you'll be fine, Drow. You're going to be fine.
Of course I'll be fine.
Yeah,
Me?
see, dear, she's going to be.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be doing anything dangerous while I'm here.
There's going to be no danger. She's going to the same academy that your grandmother graduated from. And you just see Adira just, I know. I just, you know, there's just,
Alright.
oh, I just worry we haven't prepared you. We haven't prepared you enough for this. Oh. Nope, it's fine. I'm going to be fine. Make sure nothing breaks. We cannot have any breakage. My daughter must have everything 100%. I'll be right back. And you see your mother just run out the door.
Oh my god, that's so
Kava
funny.
just
She's so cute.
shakes her head. You're going to be fine. You know that.
I do.
She smiles and claps you on the shoulder. And then starts looking around, and after a moment goes, hold him, will you? And offers you your younger brother, who is about like 3 or 4.
She like texts us like, oh, hello.
hold him real quick. I'm going to go find your mother. And your sister, where is she? And they leave.
Well, guess
And
it's
you are
just
left
you and me
alone.
here right now.
Your brother, who again is like 2 or 3, he's still in his like nickname phase.
Mhm.
And they have taken to calling him Chomper because he bites
Chomper.
everything. In fact, to the point that as soon as he's handed to you, you see him turn and like eye your staff and open his mouth and go to bite your druid staff.
No. She like pulls away. No, not this. By anything but this.
He starts like a very upset turtle.
Sorry.
And from the hallway you hear, Gerald, please, you pacify him, please. I'm in the mall. I can't be there.
Okay, all right. She's like looking around for, gives him a spoon to chew on.
He just go to town. And you and your brother are left alone for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. As your brother has completely gnawed through this spoon and is now once again like reaching for your staff. You've gone through like 3 spoons at this point. You switched to metal spoon, and he still like after about 10 minutes bit through the metal spoon.
Oh, your teeth so strong.
Until about 45 minutes pass, and Adira finally comes back in and is like, "Oh, we have been looking everywhere for you two. Where have you been?"
I haven't moved.
I thought I told you to. No, that was your sister. Right. Well, we have gotten your things into the castle. So you need to come on.
All right.
And hurry before
I know.
before I start. She doesn't even like look at you as she like runs out the door again. You are still, by the way, holding your brother.
You should take.
Like,
Okay, bye.
You go to offer him out, and she is running out the door again.
Well, I guess you're going to other mama, whatever I find her, that is.
You and your brother make your way out of the cabin onto the deck of this massive ship. The smell of sea salt kind of slaps you full in the face. You know, you are not used to oceans. You are again a mountain dragon from a mountain country. So this kind of hot, it's more temperate, I guess, but it's not the cool of the mountain. You know, there's like a hint of humidity from the ocean. It's actually a relatively mild day, which is great because you had like one nasty storm on the way over here, and it's kind of made you like, you know, a little worried.
Oh my god, land.
Yeah, land. And you see the one of the servants who has like your bag on her shoulder just be like, "Your mother is this way. Please come in.
Okay, and
Your mothers are looking for you."
Still has her little sibling going to follow.
No one has taken your brother from you.
No.
You are still carrying that child. And we come down,
God.
and already waiting on the docks are 2 more figures. Calc, if you are available to, could you please describe your character?
Oh my fucking god, they fucking dead.
Oh my God, they fucking dead. They fucking dead, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Calc? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'll see you later.
And that's the end of Tinamore.
And that's the end of today! See you guys next week!
Bye. Next week.
And that's a wrap.
That's alright.
Okay, Logan, are you free to go?
Can you stall for like literally 10 more seconds?
Yeah, sure, why not? You 3 come down and kind of Drell, you still got your brother. Asherfell, you see your parents like dictating where your stuff should go. And Neptune, you step out. Your father has already kind of walked ahead, and you see this group of, kind of like everybody's parents are trying to get things organized, while you see two other awkward, sort of your age-ish people, a Dragonborn and an Azamar, sort of standing there. And before I let you go and venture into the roleplay world, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I whip it around immediately.
It is a small servant girl who immediately squeaks and pulls back.
Oh,
And she just goes,
oh no!
I'm sorry. It's just a force of habit.
I just wanted to let you know. And she pulls out what looks to be like a very shoddily wrapped box. The box is about twice the size she is, lengthwise, and she's got it. She's like holding it awkwardly. And she's like, I just wanted to let you know. I'll go put this under your bed.
No, it's okay. I can carry this. I can carry it. You don't have to hold it. I'm so sorry for
She
scaring
gives you
you.
a very forceful wink. Are you sure? Are you sure?
She immediately just her expression changes from concern to realization, then a little nod.
Oh, okay. Here you go. And she offers it out to you.
I have acquired.
You have acquired. You now have a very long, awkward
I have a long box. I have a long boy. I look her in the eyes and I'm like, I'm so sorry for scaring you, but thank you so much.
Oh, that's what's in the box. I figured it out.
Right.
Sorry.
What's in the fucking box?
What's in the fucking box?
Do you want me to open these? Do you want me to open them? Open it.
No.
We're all like, no.
Your father is right there.
That's true.
Your father right there.
Fuck, I gotta think about
this in
this.
your room for you if you would like.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. And she takes it back, and you just see this very small Triton just start waddling off.
Going as fast as she can.
I just kind of wince in that direction,
This is going well.
It's gonna
Yeah,
well.
so you guys, you are now on the dock with, as you can see, again, a Dragonborn holding a smaller Dragonborn, and a very starry Azamar.
I immediately go over to them because I'm like,
Enough!
yeah.
That's so fucking funny. The more
listen.
we talk about flirting, the more I realize Drell is era ace, and it's so fucking funny.
Oh my god,
not just like an Azamar, but a starry Azamar holding a big old pig under one of their arms.
Yeah, you got so keep in mind you got a Dragonborn holding a baby and an Azamar holding a mini pig, essentially, under an arm.
I show up to these two and I kind of put my weight to one leg, put a hand on my hip. I'm like, come here often?
No, actually, this is no.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you're going to greet me like that, I will come here more often.
Drell is like, question mark.
Name's Neptune.
Astrofel.
Jonathan Dreth.
Nice
to meet you.
Nice to
This
meet
is
you.
my little brother.
Oh, I assumed you were just gonna take him to your studies with you. That's
I need to find my other mother wherever she is so she can take him.
Oh, yeah. That happens. As it always was.
Roll
I
me a
thought he was
perception check, please, Drell. Keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I forgot. I had it. I lost it.
That is a. Where's my perception? That is a 14.
Your mothers have stopped like directing traffic and are now like chatting with a very tall Triton.
Okay. Just like,
Stats are all
there they
officially
are.
added, by the way.
I just kind of go like this.
She goes, oh, there they are. Mama, you forgot Chopper.
Oh my baby! Oh no, my baby! And just a deer is already running over and just takes the baby and looks at the two and is like, "Oh my God, Drell, you're already making friends." Oh,
Yes, I am.
It's true.
so sweet.
Hey, we gotta
You
stick
stick
together.
with them.
you
I'm
know?
sure they'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Get that out of your mouth! And she's already gone again.
Okay, bye.
Your family seems hectic.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting because my family is not at all
They-
virtually even in that same realm.
Oh, me
They-
neither.
They just worry. They've always been
It's
like
cute.
that.
It's
Oh.
cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put pork muffins on the ground now. I'm tired of carrying them.
Pork Muffins starts immediately nose to the ground, starts snorting around, sniffing as you guys kind of make this idle chit chat talk, and actually begins to kind of like pick up speed and move away from you, Astrofel, like he's like running almost from you,
pork
towards
muffins?
the smell, and towards the sight of Drell and Astrofel. Your ships were wooden. I mean, that's common. Almost, you've never seen a ship not made of wood. Except for maybe Neptune's, but Neptune is a daughter of the sea. Neptune's ship is made of, sea glass, seaweed, shells. It's made of the sea itself.
Yeah.
But now you
Petrified seaweed.
realize that there is another ship there, one made of jagged metal, that really stands out, and it looks so sharp that it looks like it shouldn't float, but rather it cuts through the ocean itself. And as Pork Muffins starts to like run up the ramp of this ship, we will follow and go into the ship where we will meet Sinazura.
Hello.
Logan, please introduce your character.
So, Zinazura is half orc, half drow. She is 7 feet tall, built like a brick shit house, as most half orcs are.
I invented the plat.
But almost in contrast to this very imposing like stature, she has this kind of quiet, like, I don't want to say awkward, but almost like withdrawn demeanor. Like she's not quite putting all of herself out there. She is dressed right now in what would be like workman's clothes. Shirt with the sleeves like rolled up to above her forearms. Coveralls. Just, not the kind of garb you would typically see a princess in. She has very, very dark skin. She has the typical half-orc tusks. And then she has, like I said, the dark skin and then the white hair of a drow. So yeah.
Excellent. And again, you're a half-orc, half-drow. You guys are on the deck of the ship. Your mother, this beautiful... I mean, if you're built like a brick shit house, she's built like a brick shit palace. This woman is like 2 feet taller than you, about twice as wide. Her hair is this stark white that has been braided down the back of her head. She wears this very big, heavy metal armor. Like this is a social event, and your mother is in heavy metal armor. Illumina is standing next to her husband, Imriel. And if she is a brick shit house, he is the twig which kind of lays in her shadow. Your father is a drow, very small, very thin, very frail. Dark, the dark purple skin, white hair as well. There was no way you were getting any other color of hair. Out of them, his hair is long and luxurious, and whereas like your mother is in her best armor, your father is in like this robe, like an elven robe, very formal to be fair, tied around the waist. He's got like a hand up on your mother's shoulder, like I mean up on your mother's shoulder.
He is like
And
reaching.
He's like reaching, yes.
Oh my god.
I can't read what that said.
Just call me. Zero, just so you guys know, Zero has been holding up signs during this, and when my mom was described, they held up a sign that said MILF.
I've been screaming it!
Like MILF, call me.
Your mother's don't forget your mother has the orc tusk as well, so
Yeah!
she's got like
She has bigger tusks than I do, because I have like the half orc kind of tusk where it's more like they're
your
just kind of
mother's tusks
poking
are,
out.
like way out there.
Yeah.
And she's got that war spear in her hand. And your father's just kind of leaning against her, and he goes, "Darling, I think judging by," and he leans over to look down, "judging by those children gathered down there, might be time for us to depart." Your mother, Olamina, just looks down and turns and looks at you. Roll me a perception check, please.
Alrighty.
Or insight. Roll me an insight check, please.
Insight check it is. 1 second. That is an 11 total.
It wasn't a high check. Your mother, you can tell she is doing her best to hold shit together. She is the queen of Usana, the matriarch. She is the soldier and the commander that led the army that forced the Drow nation to concede and forced peace almost between these two conquering nations. She is the reason you exist, not just biologically, but because without her, your father may have even been killed during the invasion. She is also grieving. You are the 6th of 12 children. You are the first in line for the throne, after your 5 older siblings have each lost their lives.
Yeah.
She is scared.
Nice.
She worries. You know an orc can never visibly show these emotions, but you also know how to read your mother. And you see it in the way her brow sort of furrows. You see it in the way the corners of her mouth tug just so. She is concerned. But she does not say that. She instead looks up at you and grunts and says, "Yes. Zenazura,
Yes, mother.
are your things packed?"
Yes, mother.
"I will have the servants take them down. Why don't, And she is cut off as you hear this squealing noise, as a very small pig runs up onto the deck, and you see her head immediately, like, her and your father in sync look down.
Maximus is secured in the in the lower decks, correct?
Of course, Zenazura, are you questioning me?
No, mother.
Excellent. Your Maximus has been secured since we first took off. The last time, well, I won't have him eating another gnome, so yes. He is
That was an
she
accident.
Looks down. It was an accident, and that is why you were forgiven. But I will not allow another accident to occur.
I understand.
Please retrieve this animal.
Yes, mother, and I am going to run after the pig.
Roll a dexterity check.
Okay.
Astrophel,
Where is
Drell,
my
and
son?
Neptune, what are y'all doing?
Son!
I got a 19 on that dex.
Okay.
I feel like Neptune's just like tagging along, trying to catch the fucking pig.
You're just jogging along.
Yeah, she's just kind of
like,
there.
oh no! Like going along to try and catch the pig.
Muffins, baby.
What about
boy,
you,
come
Astrophel?
back.
Right, so you three are running up the ship as you again you crest the flat stairs ramp. You crest the ramp and you see this half orc with, again, I cannot stress how big her mother is next to this rape of the thing, this little slip of you see this half orc just effortlessly, while still running, scoop up Pork Muffins, hold him, and then turn around to face her mother. At the same time, you guys come up the ramp.
My attention like goes from my mom to them in like almost like a split second, and like I kind of like almost second guess myself where I'm like, dude, I probably should be like at attention. But then I kind of realize like this is probably theirs, so I turn towards them and I say, I assume this belongs to one of you.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Like Drell sees Zenazura and then sees her absolutely ginormous mom and immediately just kind of like shrinks back.
Neptune's just sitting in the back like,
Oh, hello.
Neptune is realizing a lot of things about herself.
oh yeah. First of all, there's a lot of fucking new races that she hasn't even seen. And now she's sitting here, she's discovered what a pig is. Now she's discovered what fucking orcs are. She just kind of looks, her 5'1" looking ass has to like look up a little bit. And she's
Oh yeah,
just
no,
kinda
you're
sitting-
craning back, like your back
Yeah.
is like...
I think I did a height chart. You come up to like my lower tit.
Perfect. Perfect height. Nothing is better than that.
That's what I'm saying.
Tit
Yeah,
height,
Nep-
man.
Neptune's just kind of sitting in the back.
6'9" Drell, hiding behind
6'9".
5'1". Yeah.
Like, I'm walking over to Zen and, like, with my arms outstretched, like, I'm so sorry, he's such a good boy, I don't know why he decided to go and sneak off, huh, Pork Muffins?
I would say
You
it was
see
lucky.
Pork Muffin struggling to like get away from you, like not to get away from you, but to get to somewhere.
Where are you trying to go, my darling?
Zenazura, you realize as you kind of hand Pork Muffins over that he is kind of nosing at your side where you keep your rations.
Oh.
Here, and Zenazura pulls out one of, I'm assuming it's one of the treats that she usually keeps for Maximus and like offers it out to Pork Muffins.
It is like this, it's not quite jerky because it's still wet, but it's like not raw either.
Yeah.
It's still moist. It leaves like a little bit of like fat grease. on
It's
your
like it's like
fingers.
those dog treats that are kind of like sausage-esque.
Yeah, like almost like
Yeah.
bacon bits, bacon chips, how it still leaves like that film on your fingers. Yeah. You offer it out. You offer out this pork flavored treat to Pork Muffin, and he just gobbles it down without an instant. Pig will eat anything, and he is proving that right then as he chokes it back.
Now, Pork Muffins, what do we say when we've been given a treat?
You hear.
Good enough. All right. Good enough.
Good enough.
Zenazura's mouth like twitches slightly, like it just like the barest hint of like an amused smile, but it like immediately like just goes back stoic faced, like of course.
Thank you. Sorry about that. He's very food driven.
You guys, as you begin to talk, Zenazura, your mother takes her spear and slams it into the deck of the ship.
I am like immediately hands behind my back, like about turn at attention.
You're all just gonna scrape herself off the ceiling.
My
Thank
wings
you for the
like,
reason.
puff up a little bit. My wings puff up a little bit in surprise.
Yes,
I
mother.
definitely also straighten up and like correct my face back into like a neutral expression.
Zenazura,
Yes, mother.
step aside. Allow me to see these newcomers.
I take like a perfect like practice sidestep.
This orc woman steps forward. You can hear the armor thudding with every step as she approaches you. Standing almost side by side with her daughter eventually. Your father waits just a moment and then follows behind with this sort of like dainty air. And stands behind your mother, sort of like looking you over, finger on his chin. And Illumina says, "Right, so are you all first years? You are all new here, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
sir. Yes,
ma'am.
yes, sir.
Excellent. Zenazura,
Yes.
I will have your things taken to your room, and we will have dinner at exactly 1800 hours. That is when dinner will be served, and we shall depart. Until that time, please acquaint yourself with your classmates and your friends, and see yourself around the island.
Yes, mother.
I'm sure they have things for you to do.
Yes, mother.
1800 exactly, Zenazura.
I will be there 5 minutes early.
And you see her salute, and then she says, "Dismissed.
I-
All of you."
I
Dismissed."
salute back, and then I like very slightly relax as I usher my new acquaintances off of the ship.
Girl gives a salute, just like unsure of what else to do.
I am. I'm like pork muffin.
Indy has now held up the MILF sign.
Wait, no, I got a new like little thing to write because I had a note thing before when I was buying like little office supplies to put on my desk. Okay, can you read that? Can you read the bottom one?
No, I can see
No.
notes.
Oh, we got Neptune is cool for the first note. Drell is sweet for the second one, and for the last one, Zent's mom is a MILF.
Correct.
That is probably the most
Correct.
important takeaway about my character you could have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So yeah, you guys head down the ramp of the ship to the docks. You guys are free to roleplay for a little bit.
I once again want to apologize. When Pork Muffin smells food, it's like nothing else matters to him, right, Pork Muffins? And I'm like squishing this pig's face in my hands.
He is snorting happily.
You should be more careful with him. There's a lot of machinery on that ship that would not be good for an animal.
I do try.
But
would
you
never
can kind of see, despite like the stern voice she's putting on, her face is like softened just a little bit.
Of course. He's my best friend. I could never let anything happen to him.
May I ask, what is that?
But
That's
Pork
a pig.
Muffins?
That? Yes.
He's a pig, my darling.
That's a pig? That makes sense.
I've never seen one so small.
I've
He's a
never
mini-
seen one, period.
He's a mini pig. Got him when I was much younger. It was a gift from my grandfather.
He's so cute.
So
Yes,
they
but
don't
wait.
usually look like this?
No, there are pigs back home in the farms, much bigger than him.
Are you see?
There are pigs my people keep for livestock that are almost the size of me.
Did you give me the cry?
You're kidding. We have Leviathans, sure, but
Leviathan. Leviathan. I must
say.
say. Say more now.
Yeah,
I'd rather not talk about it.
yeah, you got the cry.
I think
No,
Dee
I
forgot
don't
to
roll
mute.
to speak more if you don't want to. I don't mind. I just thought it was interesting.
It's definitely interesting. I'll tell you more about it most likely later, but I just don't like acknowledging that this. I came from the seas. It's
I
interesting.
noticed your ship rise from from below the
It
waves.
certainly did.
It was beautiful.
It certain. Oh. Thank you. I didn't even think of it like that. And really, I just thought it was coming out from the depths, because that's what it feels like.
You are Triton, correct?
I am.
I've never met one of your kind. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. My name is Neptune.
Zinazura.
Nice to meet you.
And the rest of you are...
Astrafel of the Kingdom of Selene. A pleasure.
She bows.
Jeff and Jeff, nice to meet you.
The pleasure is mine.
I've never seen a ship made out of metal before.
Right.
They are common
They're
in
common.
my home country. Yes, newer, but common.
I know steel exists. I know these things have existed. I have seen pictures of them, but I've never really imagined in all its really glory. That was a big ass ship.
We've recently perfected a method of purifying it that is faster and cheaper than previous methods, so it is much easier to use in our industry now.
That's very interesting.
Incredible.
I feel like there's not much you could do underneath the ocean. We've definitely found stuff. I mean, my ship. But it's almost limited. It's always felt like it's almost a little limited.
You need a lot of heat for a forge. There's not a lot of heat where Tritons come from, I've heard.
That is true. Unless it was an underwater volcano, which have a lot of those around where I come from. It's very cold over there.
I imagine the salt water would not be good for the metal either.
Yeah.
So, when did you all arrive?
Not too long ago.
But probably a bit before you arrived.
A few days.
Actually, Zinazura, you've been here about a week. You've been here longer than anyone.
I have actually been here for a week.
Why so long?
If you're not early, you're late.
I know that. I've definitely heard that before.
I don't. This is not me criticizing. That is just what my mother says.
Your mother seems like a very stern lady.
Very, very stern.
You have to be, as an orc.
Understandable.
Some people have a good day.
Neptune gets like lost in thought and goes a little quiet.
My father said similar things. He's very assertive.
Zinazura kind of has started like just silent and awkward now. Like she has run out of.
You guys are still kind of like walking up. This, by the way, you guys are kind of at the base of this cliff, at the base of this mountain. So as you guys start walking up this path towards the castle, you are literally climbing not the cliff face, but climbing a mountain, where they sheer clear cliff drop into the ocean. As you guys kind of take this winding path up, You guys are alone. I mean, obviously you have each other. But there are no servants, no parents. For the first time really ever, you guys have no one around you but your own excuse me, but your own kind of family. These new friends of yours. Until about halfway up the mountain, will you guys please roll me a perception check?
Yes.
Imagine if you said roll initiative. Yeah. Yeah.
What dice
I
do
used to
I
do
roll?
That
for
is a
again?
1.
You roll a d20 and you add your
This guy.
perception check.
Stick.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so
I don't see shit.
Ooh.
Asperville, your
Uh,
perception check is a
I-
+2.
I've got a 12 plus
2. 14. Yours is a 14.
nice.
I rolled a 19. But
Okay,
Damn it.
what's your... So, no, it's fine. It's fine. You
I don't-
always want your friends to do well as well.
Yeah.
I know, it's just amazing.
I just don't know.
Samira, So look at your character sheet under skills. Your perception check is a +1, so you have a dirty 20.
I got a 13 plus 5 for an 18.
Nice.
Nice.
What did you get, Drell?
1.
That's so unfortunate.
That's our
Holy
first nat 1, ladies and gentlemen.
First nat 1! First nat 1! First
All
nat
right,
1!
so with that
It's nat
first nat 1, I'm going to give you the option if you'd like to keep it. Great. If
I
not,
will
you could be
keep it.
the first person to use an inspiration point. That is up to you.
I think it'd be funnier if I kept it.
Okay, perfect. So you guys
You
are
might
just
need
like
it.
talking and walking. You're heading up this winding path. The smell of sea salt is like in the air. You're getting that. Yes, Neptune.
Neptune definitely peers over the cliff and is like, and turns to Gel and is like, I almost like want to dare you to jump off the cliff and go and dive. I'll do it.
He looks down.
As you offer this challenge, and Drell is like, Drell again. This is like a 200-foot sheer drop.
Die.
Most of you hear something. A sort of high-pitched Drell, you are too focused by the sheer drop that Neptune has pointed out to you to really perceive what is going on, and so you don't notice it. The rest of you notice it too late to stop it, as this very small, about 3 feet long flying creature just slams straight into Drell's chest, pushing you backwards away from the cliff. Make a dexterity check, just to make sure
Okay.
you don't fall on your ass.
Alright, there we go.
What in the name of good Celine?
The laws of D&D, when you roll a nat 1, you also roll a nat 20.
The smack is a surprise, but your instincts are super strong. You like immediately brace yourself, you stand back, you have a hand out catching whatever just ran into you. And you realize as you reach that whatever you are a dragonborn. So you are very knowledgeable in the ways of dragons. And you realize that what has just run into you, the creature you now cradle to your chest, is what's called a Pseudo Dragon. For those of you unaware, they are very small, very, very small dragons. Some wizards keep them as familiars. They're very intelligent creatures, but they are essentially just very tiny dragons. And the one you have slammed in your chest is still making that noise as it tries to twist free.
It's like, where are you trying to go? And she's like, doesn't really know what to do with it. Just kind of trying to let it go.
Just you release your hands. Yeah, so you open your palms, and this creature twists itself free and then starts to fly off, and then stops and turns around, and after looking at all of you, grabs Drell's like the corner of your shirt or dress, and starts to pull you up the hill kind of, or trying to. It's very small. It's just like grabbing you with its teeth and trying to pull you up.
Okay. We're going.
I fucking want you to go up the hill, Drill.
She's like moving with it as it's pulling her. She's like, okay.
I must.
Astrophel,
you cute.
Astrophel, as you say that, it lets go of Drell and begins to like circle around all of you and fly up, and then circle around all of you and fly up.
Is it communicating?
Drill,
can you understand it? You're a dragon.
I don't think that's how.
Is it not?
I don't believe so. No, darling.
Oh.
You.
Drell
say that
experiences a
you get this, like-
microaggression.
You get this very, very simple thought of fly in your head. All you do is fly.
Just, I can't fly.
I definitely can.
Move.
Oh.
Does it want us? Do you want us to move?
It starts tugging. It starts flying around you and flying up the path, flying around.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna follow the tug then.
Yeah, following
What they said, yeah.
Excellent. So you guys head up the path. And when you get to a certain turn in the path, it actually begins to lead you off of the path. It kind of into I wouldn't call it the depths of the forest. It's like maybe about 15 feet off the path. The forest is thick, so it's almost like it's hard to see the path from where you end up. You certainly wouldn't have noticed it if you had just kept walking. But it pulls you 15, 20 feet off the path to a small clearing. And in that clearing, you guys see 4 figures. 2 of the figures are a set of very small half-elves that look almost identical. 2 young half-elf women, a human man, and they are standing over a very small figure, kind of curled on the ground. And that is what the scene you walk into. That the Pseudo Dragon is sort of tugging you towards.
I kind of like turn towards Zen and Drell and then Neptune, and then I just point and I go, so should we be worried about that?
I'm gonna roll a investigation check to see if I can kind of tell what I'm looking at, like what's happening here.
Yeah, can I also do that?
Yes, I would say, yeah, investigation should work. I was gonna say perception, but yeah, roll investigation or perception, whatever you feel more comfortable with.
I'm gonna do perception then because my perception is higher, so that's a 16.
Okay.
20 for investigation, right?
30, 20? Yeah, roll a d20, yeah. And then you add a +2. Oh wait, are you doing investigation or perception?
Investigation, I guess. So I got an 11, so 13.
Okay. And
I got a
Drell?
15.
15? Okay.
Should I roll too? Because
If you want.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to
Okay.
roll, yeah. Rolls are not mandatory. You can just choose to fail a roll.
Yeah, I don't.
This is not me teasing you. This is like me legitimately explaining to you a rule. Yeah, you can choose to fail a roll.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of what Neptune would do, and also I'm like trying to process the situation.
You're good. Well, yeah, that's why you're rolling for. You're trying to roll to get more information.
I got 4.
Yeah, 4 + 1, 5. Okay. So wait, what is your intelligence modifier? Let me double check.
+2.
They have a 14
Did you roll
intelligence.
perception or investigation? Did you roll perception or investigation? Okay, so you got a 6. You got a 6 for investigation.
Sick.
You're not really sure. No, so here's the thing. You're just not sure what you've walked in on. You see 3 people standing above somebody, and you're just like, I don't know what I walked in on. I don't know what's going on. Those of you who got above a 12, which I think was most of you, the human man is like standing in front of the 2 half elves who are kind of standing behind him, mirroring each other. They've got like a hand on the opposite hip. one
it's-
hand sort of down by their leg.
Like the twins
Um,
from
and-
Bioshock.
Yeah, kinda. And the human male up front is sort of like leaning over the figure, curled up. And those of you again who scored this feels kind of menacing. If anybody hit above an 18, you happen to catch the tail end of the human male taking the heel of his boot and like kicking some dirt in the figure's face.
What is going on here?
Immediately they all jump.
Oh, well,
And it's
well
that
then, I mean,
big imposing like I'm an orc and I'm here voice.
I'm an orc and I'm here.
The Pseudo Dragon leaves you all to go sort of sit behind the curled up figure. As the human male looks up at you and sort of looks around at your group, it's just like, oh, you must be the New Year's. Or most of the New Year's, right?
I
Most?
believe
Yeah.
most.
Oh, Keith, Flora. These are also your fellow first years. And you see the twins behind him. Excuse me, I called them half elves. I apologize. They were both wood elves. You
Mm.
see them both sort of like raise a hand and flick them in your direction, just sort of like.
I don't believe you answered my question. What is happening here?
Now, there's no need to get upset. We are just teaching an invaluable lesson.
Of what?
One that we'll
Of
have to
what?
teach you if you don't leave.
Is that a threat?
It's not a threat.
It's a promise.
Joe looking between everybody like,
Zinazura kind of like squares her shoulders, raises herself up to her full height, and that like kind of withdrawnness that she had been withholding is now gone. She's like full presence now, like, is that so?
Yeah, Neptune 2
And I would
is
like
kinda
to roll an
straightened up.
intimidation.
Roll me an intimidation check if you would like. Whoever wants to roll an intimidation check can do so.
I would
Go for it.
like that's like an actual skill from Neptune, I think.
It is. You get a +1 to your roll.
I lost a roll. I have to roll again. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
5. I hate my life.
Okay.
Or
It happens. Bad rolls
it
happen.
happens. My
It's
nat
part of the
one.
fun of D&D.
hated here.
Sorry. That
got
scared
it.
me.
I got a dirty
Mhm.
20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you see the human sort of like pull himself back a little as the wood elves behind him almost sort of wilt a little bit, and he's like, "What? How dare you take that to me? Who do you think you are?"
What do you think you are?
Oh,
I think I am the Princess Zinazura.
I am Lewis Maddox of Calterion,
Sick.
Duke of one of the most powerful human nations, Orc.
If you're the Duke of
Oh.
one of the most powerful nations, why are you acting like such a weakling?
Neptune.
My friend here has a point.
Yes.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
All of us?
Neptune. No,
Neptune,
just
no.
I need to mention my wings have like puffed up a little bit in the way that birds do when they get angry, but they're also puffed up because Mom, come pick me up. I'm frightened.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
So you roll a d20.
You rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, you have 1 point of inspiration. Let me explain real quick. So inspiration, I gave all of you 1 point of inspiration before this campaign started. Inspiration is a free advantage. Do you know what advantage is?
It's like
Advantage
plus-
means you roll 2 dice and you take the better number of the 2.
Right.
If you would like to use your point of inspiration, you may do so now. Go ahead. Yes, I will take the point of inspiration off your character sheet. Roll.
But I'm gonna need that at some point, probably later, probably.
Okay, listen. I give inspiration for good role play, excellent descriptions,
All right.
etc., etc. You can get inspiration
Wait.
back.
Did you roll a 1? Did you roll
Hold on. No, they rolled off the table.
I watched that.
Hold on.
We get a
I don't-
reroll
I don't-
for your reroll.
Yo, roll this.
Stop!
Again.
Do you have like
You have a box or something you could roll it
do
in?
you have a box?
No. Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell.
We're gonna have to get you a
This is
dice
hell.
box.
I'm gonna need. Hold on. Where did my D20 go?
Tinamore Academy will be right back after these short messages.
Right.
Have you ever needed a box?
Just roll
What
the
the fuck?
same dice twice.
Okay, 17.
Oh,
Wait.
oh.
7. Okay, 17.
17. Okay. That would be actually
I found it.
a 19 because a dex saving throw you get +2 to it.
Nice.
So yeah, 19.
Nice.
Neptune, you are so quick on your feet. You're used to being in the water.
Yeah.
But even on land, you find yourself moving swift and just as easily as current as this human lifts his hand and shoots out a spell in your direction, and you just like move shoulder back, leaning like Matrix style as it goes
you with
right
that.
over you. Misses you completely.
I just need to mention that as I see this happening, I might just squeak. Cause holy hell.
Holy hell. Joe goes, okay.
Alright.
You're like stepping between them. Like
Guess I
between
feel as
Neptune and
though-
the other guy.
I feel like Neptune takes
You'll
that as
tell
a
your
challenge.
friend to watch her tone, or I'll do it again.
Well, you
Do
should
it again. You
No,
fucking
let's-
missed me.
Okay, let's all
Neptune.
just settle. Let's all just settle down, alright?
Nah. This bitch think he can talk big shit.
Neptune, please!
She's giving you the puppy dog eyes, Neptune.
Fine.
How did that work?
But hey, like when they turn around, she looks at this human. She's like,
Watch.
Yeah. He looks at you and sort of lifts a hand and shrugs. Just remember first years. You can leave this program anytime during the break. No one will miss you.
and the same for you.
Zenazura takes a step forward, like leans down and like gets in this guy's face and says, "I'm not afraid of you, tiny man."
I am very attracted to
Roll
Zenazura.
me another intimidation check with advantage, please.
I am very attracted to Zenazura.
That's a fucking nat 20!
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell.
Zenazura, you in all your strength and intimidation with your and Neptune behind you, talking shit and talking smack. You guys outnumber them. You have some much bigger players than they do, and so when you stand over him, he tries to like keep himself, stone face, but you can see the twins behind him both sort of step back, and he sort of wilts just a little. He's like, "I don't have to listen to you. I am a third year and I have been here longer than you. And you will learn to show some respect, orc." You can see his voice is trembling as he speaks.
Those
Neptune's just
deserving
kinda, like,
of
snickering in the back.
respect don't have to demand it.
Your Neptune turns around and she's like, "Yo."
I turn around, try to seem more professional, but I'm like covering my mouth as I'm laughing at this.
Just like,
Neptune's like,
Girls like has
"Fine,
a quick mouth covered like
bitch."
he immediately, you see the red just burst to his face. By the way, I apologize for not describing him earlier. Pale skin, dark hair, these sort of like dark green, mossy eyes, and you see the red like blotch across his pale skin as he takes a step back and straightens and is like,
Found it.
we'll see if that attitude sticks after your first day of classes, shall we? And he pushes past you with his shoulder and begins to move
Does he push past me?
back onto the out of this clearing.
No, listen. Does he push past
What?
me?
He's walking past you guys. He pushes Zenazura, but he is walking past you. So you can. What would you like to do?
Trip
Like,
him.
I kind of was thinking either fucking get him back or trip him back.
What was his name again?
Louis Maddox.
Mm.
Louis Maddox.
Louis.
Yeah, so he's so busy kind of thunking against Zenazura, you hold your foot out. He stumbles just a little bit. Let me roll a little.
That's all I care. That's 6 satisfaction. Of like, I
Yeah,
got
he
you.
stumbles a little but immediately straightens and keeps moving. You see that the wood elves that were with him sort of give you guys like this like awkward look between them and then you and then them and then scurry after.
Tell your friend I don't want to catch him doing that again.
They don't acknowledge you. But you see that they do stop to listen to what you have to say before they hurry off.
That being said, I'm going to kneel down to the person that is on the ground and say, "Are you all right?"
The figure on the ground is a feminine figure from what you can tell, dressed in blacks and grays. Their head is buried in their arms. You can see this shock of copper curls. As when you kneel, they start to peek out. They have this sort of stone gray skin. Dark. What'd you say, kid? Oh, okay. Their skin is stone gray, the sort of dark stone, and they look up and you see that their eyes are like a purple, their lips are painted almost the same color purple, as they look up at you and just sort of take a deep hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you
You
alright?
okay?
Are you okay?
They seem to be, you see her sort of move and sit up. She is very small compared to most of you. She's roughly an inch shorter than Neptune.
Short King gang.
Short King gang. Although you can see, due to the poof of curls, like she has these huge.
Is this who I think it is, Moss? No?
No.
Okay.
She has these huge, massive red curls. As she looks up at you guys, and just, where's?
So, what are you looking for?
Your friend.
Raisinth. Raisinth? And you see the Pseudo Dragon crawl up and lay across her shoulders.
Oh, is he yours?
I mean,
That's
as much as you can own a dragon.
Zenazura is gonna offer out her arm and say, "Are you injured?"
I've had worse. And she puts her very small hand in yours and stands.
Even as she says that, the moment she touches me, I'm going to give her a cure wounds.
Oh, that's sweet.
For 13, which I don't think she needs, but
Her max HP is 9, so I appreciate. Actually, it may be 8. I don't remember. It's 8 or 9. It's 8. She has 8 HP total.
Oh my god, she's so tight.
And she looks at you guys and just, you guys are gonna end up getting on his bad side. That's probably not a good idea.
Well, I've
I'm
seen
already on his
Oh.
bad side.
I've seen worse bad sides. He could do nothing to me.
that ship has sailed.
I am my father's daughter, and I fear my father more than I would fear a little twink like that.
She lifts the hand and sort of covers her mouth and giggles.
That comment, even like Zenazura's like normal stoicism, that comment makes like Zenazura's face like twitch a little bit.
Please.
Do
Thank
you have a
for
name?
your- Yes.
Well, what is it?
We hear it?
That's the question. I'm Colery.
Nice to meet you, Polly.
Pleasure.
Colery.
I'm
Colery.
Joe. Jeff. Nice to meet you, Polly.
Astrophill, nice to meet you.
She takes her skirts and does a little curtsy.
Aw.
Like I said, she's dressed in mostly like black and gray. She's got like like the only color really she's wearing is this like golden band around her wrist with like a blue, a sapphire kind of in the
Mhm.
middle of it.
As the group kind of like makes their their introductions and says hi, Neptune just kind of like bows her head as it looks like it's like her turn, and she's like, Neptune, but she's like kind of quiet, kind of like lost in thought at the same time.
It's nice to meet you, Neptune. Astrophel, Zenazura, Drell. I'm sure you guys would like to get up to the castle, right?
Of course.
Quite.
If it's all right with you, I must insist you stay with us if you're okay with that. Just in case those come skulking about again.
It's fine.
She's like
If
cracking
you
her
want to
knuckles.
follow me, I'm sure you want to get a second chance at him. But I can show you
Yes.
a shortcut through the woods if you'd like.
I'm always a fan
Yes,
of
I will.
shortcut.
Alright.
¿Por qué no los dos? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you take the right classes, you may have another chance. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's
No.
Oh.
encouraged to encourage violence here.
Well,
Well,
say any.
I
You
can't
can say anything if you want.
that, and I can't really speak for anyone else but myself. Other than violence is a language I'm very fluent in.
Um,
I've never fought a day in my life.
I will say on my own behalf, I do not start fights, but I will finish them.
I did have to learn how to use a rapier for a good bit.
Oh. Well, go on.
I only know how to throw a punch. I've never actually gone to a fight ever.
So you
change that.
conceptually know how to throw a punch.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure your friends here could probably teach you how to physically
Oh,
throw a punch.
always.
Always and
that's,
forever.
but again, we're not supposed to encourage violence. No violence. Come with me. I'll lead you through the woods. Yes, no violence.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I won't. No.
Go ahead.
Okay, fine.
No, go ahead.
Okay, maybe. Like no promises,
I
but I'm not gonna
didn't tell
say
you to do the violence. I did not tell you that.
exactly.
Okay, then
I
we're
can
good.
get away with it.
And she reaches up and she scritches the pseudo dragon's head. Go ahead, Logan. Were you gonna say something?
Would it be like safe to say that I probably like are pocket watches like a thing for my people? Do you
Yeah,
think-
you know
Okay.
what? Yeah.
I'm gonna check my pocket watch.
Oh, you're good. You've
Okay.
got like it's like 2:00. You've got like 4 more hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys start heading through the woods. You guys have never been on this island, and I worry to say that you guys have probably never been in a survival situation either. At least not in a forest, especially not Neptune, who is from the oceans.
100%. This is all new.
So you see Colry start to weave almost expertly through these woods as she's leading you up the mountain. Here or there she'll pause and point out like a little babbling brook or a very small waterfall, just little sightseeing spots through the forest, as eventually after about maybe an hour you guys make it up and break through the forest line to see a massive castle. Um, none of you are dwarves, so your architecture pales in comparison to just the sheer size of this thing.
Yeah.
Built literally on the cliffside of this island, overlooking miles upon miles of ocean. White marble walls, gray stone towers, ivy weaving up the walls. There are students moving to and fro. You see a couple of older students sort of chit-chatting with each other. They've got their pets with them. You see off to the right, far in the distance, some stables. You know, you can smell from the kitchens just the smell of the feast from tonight, which will welcome you to Tinamore Academy. It is a beautiful sight. The sun is kind of sort of cresting behind the castle as you all make your approach.
Neptune definitely gasps and has to like stop for a second.
My wings are
Joel's like, go ahead.
Go ahead, D.
It's like Joel's like, you know, like the starry-eyed look in her eyes are just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like I just kind of like go. School's back at Celine, having nothing on this place.
this place is gigantic.
It's beautiful.
Neptune just looks up and she's like, I can't believe that heights are a thing.
I mean, that's one of the things you don't really think about, like when you live in the ocean. Like heights don't exist. You can
don't
swim
exist.
anywhere.
Oh yeah, like
literally.
oh my god, like yeah, like because like Neptune has lived in a 3D environment her whole fucking life, and now she's stuck in like 2 dimensions.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't. Is there an option to not be on the top floor?
Oh, Neptune.
You don't actually even know where your rooms are, although as you do approach, you see, as you guys approach, where are you going, by the way?
Okay.
I should not say as you approach. I should ask, where are you guys going?
I'm following Corey.
Yeah. I'd assume
you
we
guys
would
are
go to our
following-
dorms.
Right, so you guys, start to approach the castle. As you approach, you see a table, heavy, sturdy oak, kind of standing before the entrance to the courtyard of the castle. Sitting there at the desk, yes, Logan? My heart is crinkling. Sitting there at the desk is, well, I don't think, other than Neptune, some of you might have seen an Azamar before. And by Azamar, I don't mean like Astrofel. I mean like an Azamar. The woman in front of you is completely otherworldly. Her skin is porcelain white, and I don't just mean by color. I mean she looks as if you tapped her and her skin would shatter. She has this stark black hair that contrasts with the porcelain skin. Her mouth, her eyes are glowing this bright, brilliant blue. And she doesn't seem to blink as you approach. She does turn her face to you.
Sorry, interrupt.
Snowplow.
No, you're good.
Snowplow.
Everybody
Yeah, I
shush,
mean,
by the way.
there's a winter. You know what? There's a winter
Oh.
storm going across the U.S. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
We're
You
in
know?
hell. We're in hell.
We're in hell.
Oh, these internet.
Oh no! I was wondering why Indy was like staring blankly, like the whole time. Like,
Oh no.
damn, is this not impressive to you?
Tinamore Academy will be back after these short messages.
Actually, yeah, let's call a bathroom break. How about that? Before
Yeah,
we
let's
move
do a
on
little
to
fucking bathroom break.
everybody take a bathroom break,
Go to
get
the
some
BRB
drinks. I'll let
screen.
Indy know.
I'm gonna go to the. Oh wait, I didn't turn on my stream deck. I have to manually click on BRB. How's everybody fucking doing today?
I'm doing good.
I'm glad.
I think that I didn't get to say it because I wanted Moss to finish the description of the Azamar lady, but as Moss was describing her, I wanted Astrofel to just kind of like think to themselves that just like slowly think to themselves, I have so much to live up to.
I gotta be that.
I can't be that though. I'm never going to be a beautiful, utterly worldly being. It's just not. I like imagine Astrofel eating ice cream as this is happening. Like it's not gonna happen.
Zenazura just awkwardly patting them on the back, like there.
Their dynamic is gonna interest me because they're such opposites. No, when Moss was playing Astrofel's family, my brain immediately went, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Astrofel did not want to be there at all. The minute Eclipse entered the room, they were like...
It is so funny when I'm not like tabbed in to the cameras. It'll show, I guess, whoever's talking, but for some reason it's defaulting to D's empty room. So whenever Zero stops talking, it just shows D's empty room.
For what?
I don't know.
There's nothing going on there, homos.
It literally got muted. That's the second loudest thing. Mossy missed it, but like I was talking about how like as you were describing the Azamar, I wanted to save it, but like Astrofel was just like slowly thinking to themselves, I gotta live up to that. Lord.
You'll meet another Azamar real soon. There's two of them.
And then we had a funny joke about Astrofel like having one of those like hot girl breakdowns where they're like eating ice cream on a couch and their mascara is running off their face, being like, I'm never gonna be an otherworldly being, as like stuffing ice cream in their mouth, like it's not gonna happen.
Just Zenazura awkwardly patting them on the back, like there. Like,
Logan, did you feed the?
Did I get the cats?
Yeah.
No.
I'll feed them.
Okay. I should probably get up and pee.
Yeah, go pee. We've got another hour, roughly.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl. Sorry, you guys.
You sounded terrifying on my end. You sound so staticky.
I don't know.
Okay,
Sorry,
yes,
I was feeding the cats, which is like far away from my computer.
It sounded so weird. It was so.
So how
funny.
are we feeling tonight?
I am. Was that a Bo Burnham reference or a genuine question?
Yes.
I am not feeling good. That's a Bo Burnham reference. I'm feeling absolutely fine. Go
Great.
at 11:30,
I am
feeling like a bag of shit.
Bag of shit. That was me all day today.
Okay. Family, I could feel like the unhappiness from them. Like as it was happening, I was like, I felt like I was the one being gaslight gatekeep girl boss. But I guess I was.
Yeah, I was about to get a little too into that that
I
parent.
have to switch to my phone for the rest of the campaign for like tonight because you know my computer's gonna lock and I did find out that I can go on calls with my hotspot connected to the computer, but the cameras would lag the shit out of it, I think.
Well, then you don't have to use your camera. It's fine.
But
People-
all of them would.
Yeah,
I know, but not just that. Like even if looking at everyone else's cameras would.
Oh, yeah, I got you. That makes sense.
I'm having a lot of fun though.
I'm glad.
It's like genuinely really fun.
I'm gonna roll the d20. See what I get.
What time does
I
your
got
computer
13.
clock? 30 minutes, King?
Like a little less than like 20. It's 10:06 and it shuts off at 10:30.
That's what I thought. Okay. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Not the best,
Good.
but I mean, D&D's nice.
I've been doing so
It
many
is
roles.
nice.
Shut the hell up, Blue! You're a pain in my
Come back, D.
Welcome back, D.
Come back,
Now we're
D.
just waiting.
Hello,
Waiting on
welcome back.
Logan.
Fucking Logan.
Fucking Logan. Why do I even have him?
Right.
You missed the funny, D. Because like
Yeah.
I was like, so Astrofell's like looking at this Azamar and is like, oh god, I have to live up to that. So we made a joke of Astrofell having one of those hot girl breakdowns where they're like sitting on a couch in their pajamas eating like a tub of ice cream at a time as their mascara runs down their face. Like, I'm never gonna be an otherworldly being, so stop asking me.
Yeah.
As Zenazura gently like pats their back like there.
Neptune's right alongside her, Ian.
Never gonna live up to that.
Neptune right alongside.
Fucking Zenazura, Drell, Neptune, all just awkwardly patting their back.
It's like
Just, they're there.
They're there.
okay.
Neptune's
You
crying
saw
too
her.
from her own.
She's made out of fucking porcelain.
Made of fucking porcelain.
Oh, my baby D20. Fuck.
No, not the
No.
baby D20.
This baby, I'm like obsessed with this baby D20. I want to
I
like
love
roll
the
it.
little D20s,
It's
bro. They're like
so-
my favorite thing.
The big ones and like the little
I
ones.
keep stacking my dice.
Right. The big one is so obnoxious. What the fuck am I gonna use this for?
It's like a fucking pattern.
Life.
Life.
I gotta put like the triangle ones down first.
Yeah,
and,
I'm gonna stack
like the
them
ones
too.
with like the kind of edges, and then that way
Just
I
have
can put...
mine arranged in like a perfect little circle.
They have become one with the D&D player stacking.
Yes.
Hello, my love. Now we only wait on you.
It's like I played
Is
D&D
Indy back?
once.
I know. Well, I
had-
know Indy's back. I just can't see their camera again.
Have you considered just perceiving me? Hope
Huh?
that helps.
Indy's camera isn't loading for me again.
It's loading for me.
It doesn't. Hang on. Hang on.
Child
Right.
has to die and then come back again.
The worst.
How about now? Oh, bye.
Hello, welcome back.
Take it. Kill. I'm gonna kill my husband.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm gonna check. How bad is
He
it?
didn't take
out
his
there?
allergy meds.
How bad is it out there?
Hello.
Oh dear God.
Can I have this first? Yeah. That's why I left one in there for you.
Ah.
The outside of my home looks like the North Pole's fucking bitch.
God, I wish that were me.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I also wish that was me.
Ooh.
You want to know what outside looks like for me?
Dirt.
Springtime, bitch!
Springtime, bitch.
It's not even February!
There's icicles on the fucking street light outside my house.
Oh, I hear my husband. I'm coming, guys.
Run.
Run. I'm here. I'm just stirring my hot pocket. Not my hot pocket. My chicken pot pie. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think you can stir that.
Bitch, watch me.
Alright, I guess.
Turn him back.
Do you see this balancing, bro? Come on. Come on. Look at
I'm
this.
so proud of you.
Indy,
Yo, come on, hold on.
Indy, I'm gonna breathe on it through my camera and see if I can knock it.
Hold on.
Are you dice stacking?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I wanna see.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you get it? Can you get the last one on there?
Yo!
Yo, nobody on the stream can see this.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
One more.
Okay.
We'll put
Yeah.
the
Don't get
triangle on
cocky.
the
Don't get
baby.
cocky. Don't get cocky.
It's leaning a little bit.
Don't say that.
Well, it is.
It
Is
is.
it?
It is.
Oh yeah, I
It's
can
the
see it's going like this.
leading tower of dice.
Hold on.
Leaning tower of cheese.
Once they fall over, you have to take every single roll you get from that and put it into something.
Once they
you
fall over,
testing
they're
me?
gonna go fucking everywhere because you don't have a dice box.
That was way too hot.
Yo!
Now imagine
Alright.
I put the big one.
God,
You just
stop!
put the big one just.
Alright.
And now pick them up very gingerly before they fall over.
No, you guys are gonna stare at my.
Yeah, and then you're gonna
shaking
like one of your stray hand is gonna go.
Well,
is,
then you
though.
guys get to watch that moment with me.
I
I almost want to stack all of them on the big one.
Hey,
Indy,
focus in, lads. Focus in.
Okay.
This is how you know Indy's playing a fighter, by the way.
Yep,
Fighters stack dice.
it's true.
I've been doing that.
Bard fighters are the way to go. I played a bard fighter. It was fun. So yeah. Indy, when did you cut out, my dear?
For those in the audience, Indy's camera just fell over.
And so did my dice tower, by the way.
Oh my god.
fucking unlucky!
We are a disaster.
The fucking wonder
in my stay up. I feel you.
Hey guys, come on.
Uh,
Focus in. Professional stream.
Focus in,
Go.
focus in, focus in. When did you cut out, Indy?
When did your internet decide to die?
Okay, I will
don't know.
reintroduce. So you guys follow Colry up to the entrance to the courtyard of the castle, where there is a long wooden table. Sitting at that table is an Azamar woman. She has this pale porcelain skin. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't just mean porcelain as in color, although again it is that porcelain white as well. I mean, it looks as though if you tap her skin, she would shatter. Her
She's like
hair
me.
is... Go ahead.
she's like made of porcelain.
She looks as though she is made of porcelain.
Okay.
Her hair is in stark contrast to her white skin. It is this dark black, thick curls that she has pulled back into a ponytail. Her eyes and mouth both glow this deep blue. And she, as you guys approach, you realize that she's not blinking. And she turns to look at you as you approach and kind of tilts her head and goes, "You must be our new students."
yes.
My like confident-ish demeanor has kind of dropped the minute I see this much more impressive Azamar. So my wings have like puffed up a bit, and I'm like hiding behind my wings, like, yes, mom.
Yeah.
Well, may I your names, and I will get you all entered and give you your room keys. I'm sure your parents have already started unpacking, but I need to give you your keys, of course.
Princess Zenazura of Ustana.
And you see her sort of wave a hand as this tray opens. And after a moment of her waving her hand above it, she stops. A key flies up and she clasps a hand around it. And then she lifts her other hand, and a second key flies up into it. And she offers you a key out, Zenazura. And then she looks at the second key in her hand and turns it over and says, I'm sorry. One of you... This is terribly embarrassing. I'm sorry. Is one of you Drelthindreth? Drelthindreth.
Justin, Jeff, that's me. Hi.
Drelthindreth. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
This is you. You two are roommates. And she offers you out the second key.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
she takes the key and she goes, "Thank you very much."
Who would like to go next?
Neptune's like looking sheepish.
Okay.
Astrafel of the Kingdom of Selene, ma'am.
Of course. And again, her hands shift. There's a moment, and 2 more keys fly up, and she offers you your key. And she looks at the key, sort of shifts it over, and looks up at you.
Don't say it.
Is this your?
Yeah.
And she turns around so you can see it. And says, "Is this your name?" Okay. You are their roommate.
Oh.
She offers you out, and they're these big, thick, like solid brass keys.
I kind of bump Neptune with my wing gently as like a sign of like nudging with an elbow, essentially.
Yeah. I'll give her it back, you know what I'm saying?
Your rooms will be in the first room area, first year's area, excuse me. Which, if you go down the courtyard about halfway down to your left, you will see an archway. Follow the archway, go all the way down to the tower. Your rooms are the 2nd and 3rd floor of the tower.
Yes! Sorry.
Quite all right. Astrafel and your roommate will have the 2nd floor,
Yes.
and Zinazura and Drellendreth, you will have the 3rd floor of the tower.
Thank you.
The 1st floor will be your common room. The 4th and 5th floors are already occupied. 4th, 5th, and 6th floors, excuse me.
I can live with that.
Excellent. Your packets, and she hands each of you a packet.
Okay.
These have all of your information. If you need to, you will need to go over them before tomorrow, because you will be registering for classes tomorrow. Now, your schedules in there are only the mandatory classes. Those of you who have indicated that you have magical abilities will be taking the Weave course, while the others have been settled for more of a combat-oriented course. You will take a total of 4 classes this semester, just to get you started. Trimester, excuse me. We do things on a trimester basis here.
Ma'am,
I see.
Yes, of course.
is it possible to take both the weave and the combat course?
Yes, you are a cleric. Correct? You
Yes.
have, according to your mother, you have been chosen to follow the god Adapt. Correct? Yes. You, I can speak to the headmaster if you'd like, and see if they can get you into both courses.
I would appreciate this.
Of course. Do you have any questions?
That I can think of right now. But
Okay,
you've been
perfect.
very helpful.
Thank you. Oh, I am so incredibly rude. Forgive me. And she offers out a hand. My name is Lenari Harith. I'm your librarian.
You see Neptune kind of like mouthing the word a little bit as she handshake.
She shakes your hand. You take her hand, and like her skin feels like she might shatter under your touch, but she is still a living person, so you can feel sort of the heat beneath her skin as her blood pumps. You can tell that she is like not a construct, but it's. I'm not going to tell you it feels unnerving because I don't want to tell you how your character feels, but it is different for somebody.
Yeah. Neptune doesn't, when she shakes her hand, she doesn't visibly give anything away on her face. It's very neutral because she's very good at hiding, micro expressions. But she definitely like clenches her hand as soon as it falls back to her side.
Okay.
Because it's like it was a very
It was
striking
a weird
thing.
touch. Yeah.
Zenazura gives her a salute.
Lenari go. Very nice to meet you as well, Your Highness.
Drill gives a little curtsy.
And she bows her head at you. Go ahead.
Astropel just gives her like a very polite bow.
Astrofel's like quaking.
Astropel, as you bow, you sort of get like a better look, and you realize she doesn't have any wings, or at least if she has them, she's not showing them. Because you are a Scourge Azamar, correct? No, you're a Protector Azamar.
I'm a
You're
protector,
Azamar.
yes.
You are aware that there are some Azamar who either don't have their wings 24/7, or who can choose to sort of dismiss them. It is sort of based on the luck of the draw, essentially. But there is no doubting the holy power coming from this woman.
I'm terrified.
I'm
Terrified.
I have so much to live up to.
She bows you all, and then she turns and looks, and she says, Colry, I trust that you will guide our new students to their quarters. And Colry nods her head and says, yes, Mum. Come along, unless you have more questions. No? Okay.
I'm good.
Come on, then, come on. And she starts to lead you down the way that Lenari indicated. As you guys go down the hall, I cannot stress to you, especially those of you who have never seen marble buildings or ivy-covered halls, the way the sun seems to sing off the stones, I saw that, Indy, the smoothness of the marble as it's been buffeted by this salty air and the sand in some of the breeze. It may not compare to your homelands, but it doesn't have to, because it is something entirely different and something entirely new. As you guys head down this hallway and Culvery begins to lead you up the tower, she stops at the first floor of the tower after unlocking the door, and she says, all of your keys fit this front door, so all of you who live here can get into the tower. And she pushes the door open and shows you the tower it's a big circular room. Essentially, you see that there are chairs and couches. There are a couple hammocks. There is a wide bay window with like a reading nook. This seems to be like a common area, where you guys can come down and study together, or read, or worship, whatever you would like to do.
Is it kind of like, I hate that I thought about this immediately, but is it kind of like Harry Potter, like the tower where there was like that?
I don't remember. But
I don't remember it either, but I remember it vaguely.
It's a common area. Like a lot of colleges are like common areas.
Yeah, like a dorm. Okay.
Yeah, it's a dorm college area, common area essentially.
Yeah.
And Chloe says you guys can invite other people from the school to stay, to hang out in your common area. That's intermingling is allowed. They encourage first years to not allow strangers into your dorm room, but just play it based off year. Make sure that your roommate is comfortable with it, and try to have lights out by 10 midnight, preferably at the very least. And she starts to lead you guys up. She says, second floor. Who was that again? Astrofel and Neptune, yes. And she moves aside to let you put your key in the door.
Her chunk.
chunk. The door opens.
Minecraft door opening noise.
The room is very. There is no wall dividing the room in half, but you can see almost split down the middle into two half moon shapes. Is sort of where Neptune's things end and Astrofell's begin, and vice versa. Astrofell, your parents were kind enough to give you the window kind of more facing the, what is the word I'm looking for here? The forest. So your bay window faced the forest, sort of the cliff area. You don't have as much ocean in your view.
I wanna put Astrofell's parents and Neptune's dad in the same room, and I wanna make them fight like they're in a cage match.
You're not sure what happened here, but Neptune ended up with the side of the room that like faces 100% of the ocean. Neptune's hammock is already hanging up. There's, the blankets and pillows are stacked up there. Neptune, you kind of realize as you look around that the long box that one of your servants brought up here has been kind of neatly tucked behind your desk. So just a little bit of it peeks out. You both have desk, bookshelves. Astrofell, your bed is this massive 4-poster bed.
Oh, it should be.
Neptune, you have a 4-poster bed. It's just kind of pushed into the corner, and it looks like your dad has hung a hammock in its place, and he's kind of like put storage instead on the bed. And Coloris, yes, go ahead.
Did my lovely, awesome, amazing parents set up Pork Muffins' bed, or do I have to do that myself?
Pork Muffin's bed has been kind of haphazardly thrown on your bed.
Oh, fucking course it was!
Fuck, dude.
You actually, after looking around, you realize you can't find Pork Muffin's food, and that's because Neptune, it's been kind of pushed to the side on your side of the bed, on your side of the room.
God.
I can live with that.
I'm going to need that back, Neptune.
Free real estate.
Unless you want to take that, in which I don't know why you would need it.
I would like to. I've always wondered what it would like to try different foods. She's joking, but it's deadpan, and it's a deadpan show.
How about this as a compromise? I will give you a little cup of it, and if you hate it, you can give it to Pork Muffins.
Colry stops in
Alright.
the middle of the conversation. She's like, I'm gonna let you continue here. I'm gonna take these two up to their room, so you guys can figure out who eats the pig food when I'm not here. All right, come on. And starts to lead the other
Word.
children.
I'm following Colry.
Yeah.
We're going to get along just fine.
Oh, that is so fucking funny.
Colry once again steps aside, allows you guys to open your room. The difference is astounding. Zenazura, your side of the room is neat, Spartan, sparse even. You have all of your stuff that you need, but it's very minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents have already gone through the trouble of stacking your books neatly on your bookshelves. They bought you several like quills and scrolls and pen ink and inkwells and stuff so that you can, and they've already made up your desk to be like the perfect study corner. They have put a little teacup on your desk next to a thing of sugar, and a teapot as well. There's a note from your father that's like, "Don't forget to have your 3 cups a day, love."
And the most
British
flowery,
sounding-
like beautiful, almost illegible handwriting ever.
Yeah, that is like so out of place considering the rest of your very Spartan, neat room. There is not a single thing here frilly, and then you have this beautiful teapot with very frilly note handwriting.
Clearly elven.
Love it so much.
of course, you have, your warg is not here.
Mhm.
He's in the stables.
Too damn big to
So
fit
you
in a
have
fucking dorm room.
you have a note that says from your mother that just says, "Put Maximus in stables. He is content. Check on him tomorrow. Love, Mother."
I fucking love her.
Not Zinner, sorry, Drell, your room, your half of the room, looks like a mountainous treehouse getaway.
Yay!
You have this like loft bed that is like 4-5 feet up in the air. And keep in mind, you guys have like tall. Your rooms are tall. So Zinazura, you have enough room to not Zinazura, sorry, Drell, you have enough room to walk like under your bed, and also to get on the loft. There's like mosquito netting hung around it that's like decorated like leaves and vines. There's a magical fireplace kind of like in the corner of your loft, just like crackling very gently. You see as you walk around that like your loft bed has a chunk taken out of the leg from somebody biting it. But you can only assume it's your brother. He wanted to leave you a little something behind. And you had a wolf, right?
A
Oh,
dog
what?
mastiff.
You had a mastiff. Your mastiff is actually in the room. He comes over to you. Yes, go ahead. Samira, did you have a pet?
I could have sworn, didn't we say she had a wolf? I think she gets it later on. I don't
She's
think
gonna
she
get
has
it later.
right
Yeah.
away. Yeah. Okay.
There's no reason for you to have it right now.
Right. Like, why was she gonna get a wolf from under? underneath?
Sea wolf,
This is a sea wolf.
Right.
which is just a shark, I think.
Yeah.
I thought sharks were smooth lions.
Oh, you're right. A
Oh
sea,
no, I
They're
did
not
forget
smooth.
something. Samira,
a sea wolf would be a really pissed off bottlenose dolphin.
True.
after a minute of looking around, you realize that there is a small like orb on your desk, with a note on it from your father.
Oh.
And as you like pick up the orb and pull the sticky note off, it's like didn't want you to be lonely. Sorry, I know I'm a bit of an asshole, but this really is for your benefit. I love you. Have a good. Feel free to name him. And you look, and in this orb is the smallest guppy you've ever seen, just sort of swimming around this clear orb.
Wait, pondering my orb? Pondering my
Pondering
orb?
your fish orb.
My forb?
I feel like
Your
Neptune sees that, and at first, like, just on the surface, she's like, eh. But like, you could catch her like actually looking at it just a little bit, and like there's this like unreadable expression on her face, almost forlorn.
Oh.
The minnow kind of swims up and looks at you for a second. You see it just sort of wiggling back and forth, and then it like does a little flip, and then resumes just circling.
He giggles and actually like tries to play with it just a little bit. Anyway.
Yeah, so you guys have a little bit of time to get settled, until it is time for dinner.
Yeah, I want to say, like, for the next, like, couple hours, Azura is, like, almost, like, religiously, like, checking her clock, like, every, like, half hour.
Meanwhile, Drell is absolutely spoiling Wilbur. He's a good boy! What's a good boy?
Like, Zenazura
Astropho
is,
is
like,
like-
almost unable to relax. Like, she's just, like, sitting at her desk totally stiff, and he just keeps looking at her fucking clock.
Drell just, like, glancing up like, are you alright?
I want to be sure I'm not late for dinner.
I mean, that's up for another... How long?
Checks clock again. 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours. So, it's fine. Do you like dogs? She, like, has Wilbur's head, like, his giant head in her hand. She's, like, rubbing his face.
Zenazura kind of, like, eyes Wilbur for a second, like, cocks her head to the side and says, "You are much smaller than Maximus."
Like, Really? He's a pretty big dog.
I'll show you Maximus tomorrow. She pulls out a treat from her bag and she tosses it to Wilbur.
Oh.
Aww.
You guys. Sorry, I was trying to get the words for just a second.
Is that something on my screen?
Eventually, dinner rolls around. You guys hear a gentle knock at the door as Collery comes and gets you all and says, I've been told I need to show you around until you get your bearings. So would you like to follow me to the hall for dinner?
Yes.
I would like that.
Excellent. Down the hall, through the courtyard. You guys get to the middle of the courtyard and take like a sharp right turn. Basically, going from the right of the courtyard down the center. And after a few hallways, a couple minutes pass, you guys reach this giant open hall. I hate to do this because I don't think that the people at home will know what I mean when I say the King's College dining room. So think, I guess the best way to describe it other than King's College dining room would be the Great Hall in Harry Potter. But it's just this massive hall. You know, you've got the tables have been broken up to be more manageable so like families can sit. This is one of the few days out of the year where families can come and visit. So you see, other than you guys, there are a couple other students sitting with who you assume to be parents, siblings, etc., etc. Most of your families have all taken a seat. You guys, actually, as you walk in, spot one of the tables to the right. You see those twin elves sitting with their mothers. And they look up as you enter and then immediately turn back to continue talking with their parents.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Neptune meets their gaze and is like, "What's up?"
And they immediately are just turning their gaze back down. They do not want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
They decided they don't want to fuck with you. As you all go to find your seats with your family, all of you have the people you arrived with are waiting for you. So Neptune, for you, it's just your father. Zenazura, for you, it's your mother and your father. Your mother is still wearing her massive armor. You see now, though, she has her hair loose. She has pulled back the first layer of hair into a small braid, but the rest of it, you see these massive white curls, just waves cascading down her shoulders, her back. Your father has braided his hair instead into a very formal drow updo. He is in a more fancy robe, sort of this sorcerer robe. And he's like leaning on your mother, and when you approach, he like lifts a hand and waves and beckons you over. Zenazura, your your older sister, and your younger brother are waiting for you.
Did you mean Drell there?
Drell, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep calling you Zenazura.
These are both big.
Asherfell, your mother and father, and Eclipse are also waiting for you.
The handshake.
And
same hat.
Eclipse does not acknowledge as you approach.
Of course she doesn't.
Your mother, however, does scooch over and kind of beckon for you to sit next to her. Kind of, she's the buffer between you and your father. And as you all sort of sit, and idle chatter begins. This will be your last chance to speak to your parents, which, due to the time, may have to hold off till next time, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But as you guys sit down and you see a bunch of servants begin to pull out, start to bring trays of food, just like being rolled out. For most of you, it's native cuisine. So there's a lot of fish for the Tritons. birds for our dear dragonborns, etc., etc. And then as dinner begins, as you all sort of family style grab your plates, make idle chit chat, you see towards the back of the room there's like this line of who you can only imagine are professors. You see a human teacher, a human man, this sort of chestnut almost colored skin, worn and scarred, red hair but kind of graying. He's got this huge beard and he's leaning over and laughing with this minotaur woman. She's got brindled fur, and she kind of waves a hand at him and is giggling along with his jokes. You see Lenari again, and in the very center of this group of professors, you see one of them stand. Now, Ashrafel, when I was talking about Lenari, she doesn't have any wings, or at least you never see them.
Right.
As this professor stands, you realize that they have a massive set of white owl wings, white barn owl wings. They are relatively, and I do use this term loosely, they are sort of relatively normal looking. Give me just 1 second. My computer is being what we colloquially known as a butthead. So I need like 3 seconds.
Bless its heart.
Bless this little heart. It's doing its goddamnedest, let me tell you.
It's doing its best.
It's doing its damn.
Blue is like wanting to personally kill me that she's been cooped up in this room for like.
Oh.
Why
We're
didn't you
almost
take her out
done.
during the
Hang-
bathroom break?
I did.
Oh.
She just wants to go. It's fine. We're almost done.
Yeah,
You see again these massive wings. She looks. She's got almost this cream colored skin, green hair, green eyebrows. You see that she's got these sort of like feather horns coming out from her temples. These ears that extend past the curve of her head and are sort of notched in the middle, sort of two horn on each side. She's wearing a green, they are wearing a green and cream colored dress to match their skin. And as they stand, you see they have a green crystal, a green orb in their hand with a sort of shock of acid green down the middle. And as they hold it up, it alights. As they say, "Good evening, students. Is this?" You hear them tap against it. Is this on?
Is this thing on?
Can you all hear me?
We can hear you loud and
Yes.
clear. Yeah.
Excellent. Hello there, new students.
Hello.
Welcome to your first year of Tinamore Academy. My name is Rain Kimbrell. I will be your headmaster. It's nice to meet you. I trust that I will meet you all individually. They are yelling despite the fact they have this like
Right.
thaumaturgy empowered orb.
Neptune like sits back in her chair, like under, like puts her hand to her face, and like under her breath is like, "Yo, you don't gotta yell, man." you realize you got a microphone right there, man.
Astropel is stifling a little giggle because they want to be polite.
Zenazura is like 100% totally used to loudness, just in all forms, and is just like stone-faced, like probably under the impression this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Right. Alice is not gonna say anything, even though she knows for a fucking fact that this is not how it's supposed to sound.
They continue with I don't want to take up much of your time. I know this is the last little goodbye you get from your parents or guardians before it is time for you to begin your year with us here during orientation. But I just wanted to tell you all, I am so excited to see you here. I can't wait to see what you all will become. And I would like to let you in on our first little tradition here at Tinamore Academy. Parents, if you will, and all of you see your parents or guardians sort of pull out a box. All parents are trusting their futures with us, so in return we offer them one last chance to grant their blessing. Please open your gifts, students. And all of you
Ooh.
are receiving an item that I have just sent.
I wish I
All of-
could.
All of you have received a ring, and you may feel free to read that out to the class.
Wait, can we give me a second? Because like I had to switch to mobile and my Discord's like fucking up, so
Go
it's
ahead.
not letting me.
The
Just give me
others
one
can-
second.
Yeah, the others can read. Go ahead.
I received it's a ring in the shape of a shield with I guess are they crystals or sapphires?
Yeah, they are just plain little crystals.
Some blue crystals like going down the center of the shield and like in a design across the face of it. And the description says, "Born of a mother's fear, this ring whispers warnings of upcoming danger to the wearer, grants +1 initiative."
Damn. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I got this ring called Gentle Currents, and it's a golden band with swirls like a river, and it starts narrow and wides up into the gemstone, which is like, this looks like
Sapphire.
sapphire, yeah. And then the description is a reminder of where you have come from and where you will always return. This fatherly gift grants the wearer a +5 bonus
My
to
bad.
swimming speed. You're good. Sick. This is fucking beautiful. And Neptune just like kind of gasps when she sees this. Like,
Drell, would you like to?
Alright. Alright. I got a ring called Nevermore's Promise. It's like a bronzy colored ring with like what looks like
It is a wooden ring.
Wooden ring. Hey! Okay, a little wooden ring with like what looks like to be vines engraved along the sides of it with little leaves on it. Little leaves on it. It's so pretty looking. And the description is, a ring blessed by the goddess herself. Nevermore's Promise gives the wearer a +1 on nature checks.
And then, kiddo, can you read yours, or would you like me to read it out loud?
Please read it out loud, because it's not even letting me leave this call.
Oh,
Okay.
rip.
The kiddo got a black ring with a very wide band. There is a center stone which seems to hold a galaxy in it, and then 4 dark blue stones, 2 on each side. It is called Celestial Light, and it says, "A gift for their dearest heir. This starry band of Selene represents the faith and love the royal family has for their goddess. As such, it grants a +1 to all religion checks."
Woo! Jeez! I give my mother I look over to my mother and I give her like a little smile that just says thank you.
Aw.
oh god,
And as you guys sort of look at those and take a minute to really admire the gifts that your parents and guardians have given you, Rain continues with, "This is a reminder that though they will leave you here today, you are always loved. You always will have a place in your kingdoms, and you are working for a better future for all. Now, I will leave you be. I know you all would like to say your goodbyes, so... And you see them take the green orb and toss it into the air. The band of acid green shatters as this sort of confetti falls. When it lands, it's already gone before it lands, so there's no need to worry if it gets in your food or in your hair. And by the time you look down, rain has disappeared. But they leave you with one final sentence of enjoy your evenings and a welcome to Tinamore Academy. And we are ending our session there tonight, lads. We will continue next time with the evening, the dinner, and
Let's
moving
fucking
on.
get it!
All right,
Let's
so
go.
couple of announcements for these stream people. This might not be a regular thing. We're hoping to do it every other week, every other Sunday. Schedules permitting. If they are permitting, I will post on my Twitter every time that happens. That's @AlienBoyfriend. It's linked in the description. If not, I will also post, hey, we won't be able to do a session this week. I'll just let you know. So, sessions hopefully every other week. If not, it'll be posted either way.
Yeah.
Other than that, these VODs will be going up on my YouTube. I'm going to be making a dedicated playlist to them. That way you can always check them out. So be sure to follow the YouTube as well. Also linked in the info box below. But yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. I love you all so much. And I'm very excited to start this campaign. I'm having a really
We'll
great
catch you
time.
next time with the Unchosen ones, everyone. Have a great night.
Have a great
Hell
night.
And may your 20s always be natural, bitches.
Hell yeah.